1 to 2 minutes.
Being on time by 1 to 2 minutes.
I would be outside and be like, click, 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 go, Jeff, go, Jeff.
That's because like any other workplace.
Yeah, but you'd show up 30 seconds before.
Yeah.
Well, with your internet delay and half of it crashing most of the time,
yeah.
I'll be fine anyway.
I was actually a little bit worried about that before we started. I was having some dropouts, so I hope that's not the case tonight, because tonight should be a good show. Welcome to Talking Heads, everyone. Episode 88. By the way, we're going to 88 tonight.
88?
88?
Go back to the future.
Go back in time?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Gigawatts.
We're done, we don't need roads.
Episode 88 of Talking Heads. This is going to be a little bit of a special episode. As you can see, we've got everyone here. Today, July 10th, 2017, was the day that I uploaded my very first YouTube video. So today is the 2-year anniversary of Craft Computing.
Woo!
Yeah, very excited. And 5 days ago, I crossed 100,000 subscribers. So...
Hey, how about 3 cheers for Craft Computing? Hip, hip, hooray! Just me?
Just you.
So, anyway, very, very special episode, kind of a momentous episode. I figured I should have everyone on for it. We will get into some tech news tonight. We've obviously got to talk about the Zen 2 release. We've got to talk about Navi. We have some potential Comet Lake leaks from Intel.
Possibly.
A little bit of gaming news. We're going to kind of keep things light, though. I also want to go through what are the best beers that we could possibly think of. So we have pretty much all of them out in front of us right now.
Almost.
By the way, did we actually think about this, or did we let other people think about it for us, even rank them?
This is from a list that John and I read a couple of weeks ago. At least some of these are.
Well, yeah, some of these, I'd say about half of these are, and then the other half are just, hey, what's some good beers we have?
Exactly.
Really good beers we have.
Exactly. So we're just going to do a series of flights tonight. We've got a couple beer news items to get to, and then I figured we'd kind of go through and maybe each of us tell, like, what was the favorite thing that happened in the last 2 years, kind of thing. What was your favorite video or favorite thing we did together or project or something like that?
Yeah.
If we can pull up a video and react to it on screen, we might do that.
Sure.
If you guys want to leave a comment, too, of your guys' favorite reactions,
Yes.
that'd be great.
Yep. My favorite video with John, I'll just start out real quick, is actually not the drinking one. It's the one over on your channel. It's the beer cocktail.
Oh, the beer cocktail.
That was my favorite video.
If you haven't seen that, go to Hops and Brews and like and subscribe.
That's right. That's right.
Way to chill.
I know. Hey, I only have 300, Mr. 100,000 over here.
That's right.
He can spare a few.
That's right. Yeah. Seriously, go subscribe over to John over at Hops and Brews. There is a link down in the video description. For those who don't know, Rhett also does his own thing, Game Dev's Quest. I also have a link to his website down in the video description. Both of these guys do pretty amazing work on their own social media stuff. Rhett, you host a game jam once every half a year or so.
Yeah, we try to do it more often, but it really comes out to be like, every 6 months or so.
And then Steve, you got to find him in real life to follow him.
Yeah, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm the laziest of all of them.
That's not true. I see you working through that Steam library.
That's true, yeah.
If you want to talk to Steve, go on Steam.
Yeah, you can go on Steam. You can find me there.
Yeah. Or you can join Jeff's Discord, and you can find all 4 of us there mostly every day.
Yeah, we're pretty much there all the time.
Almost all hours.
Yeah, almost
This is
all hours.
easily the most active Discord that I'm a part of. So
I'm only part of 3, and this is the only one I even check.
Yeah, I think I'm on 2, and yeah, this is the only one that I'm active on. Well, it's mine.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Anyway, audio not out of sync for me. Yay!
Yay!
Yes.
It's the little victories that count.
That's right.
Accomplishments.
Anyway.
It only took 2 years.
Yeah.
That's right.
Finally got it dialed in.
Finally getting on track here. Let's talk about the beer that's in front of us. Now, as I alluded to, John and I went over a list from the American Homebrewers Association, which ranked the top beers of 2019.
The top 10.
Or top 9, top
Something,
10,
yeah.
something like that. I don't remember exactly the number. But the top beers of 2019, top craft beers. We actually have a selection of them here today, including the number 1, number 4, and number 7, I think.
Yes.
1,
No.
4, 5, and 7.
Yes.
And so we do have the Bell's Brewing Two-Hearted Ale, which is the number 1. We've got Heady Topper at 4. We've got KBS at 5. And then Founders All Day IPA at 7. So we'll go ahead and start with one of those. I don't want to start with the all day because that'll be a nice palate cleanser
Yeah.
midway through the episode.
It's pretty light.
Yeah.
Pretty light beer.
I think we should start with either the Heady Topper or the Two Hearted.
I was kind of thinking the Heady Topper.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I was
fine.
looking for Heady Topper because that's one
Yeah.
of the beers that I want to try.
And that's one of the few
for
I
a long
haven't
time,
tried.
but
Yeah.
I could not find out. Yet.
So this is the Alchemist, the Heady Topper. It is an 8% IPA and rated the #1 true IPA out
Yes.
there. Again, Two Hearted is just an ale, but
And Heady Topper, for those of you that don't know,
Wow.
is actually the grandfather of the hazy.
we're gonna go on to the Two Hearted.
IPA.
Yeah.
Because it only has one can.
I only have one can of the Heady Topper, and by the way, this was sent in by Fan Gollum, a
nice.
guy who just reached out to me on over email and said, "Hey, can I send you some beer?" And he sent me some amazing beer from over in Vermont. So, Gollum, hats off to you because we're all going to enjoy this one. I know I didn't actually take my hat off because, well, I'm pouring a beer.
Oh, they actually did say to kind of shake it up.
Shake it up a little bit? Shake
Because
it.
it's active yeast at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So if you want the hazy part, the yeast
That
does
means
settle.
the
you're
hazy
getting the
part's
last
the best
pour, so
part.
you can get the most
that's,
of it.
that's fine.
Well,
Jeff's
I'll tell you
gonna-
what.
Why did you do it? Why didn't you do it?
See, it'd be better to pour the three and then start mixing
That's
them.
right.
That's good.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Go crazy. Give
Yeah,
everybody a
so...
Next week, Jeff is not pouring any
Yeah,
beers.
you can tell that that's a lot hazier than
Yeah.
what that is.
Much easier.
All you gotta do before opening it, just give it one of these.
Yeah.
These.
Actually, that's what I do. Is usually I'll just sit there and like rotate a can.
Just to be sure, put it on one of those paint mixers.
Yeah.
That's really gonna.
like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to mix too much. You know what? I don't know how to do this.
Just pour it in there. There you go.
You're fine.
There's some left in here, so
Yeah,
I can have the
there we
swig
go.
at the bottom.
All right.
There we go.
Here's to 2 years,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
2
years.
It's been a blast.
And as always, let me know what you guys are drinking
Drinking.
in the chat. We'll give a couple shout outs
Yeah.
while we're going through.
And
Here's
you don't have to be
every
drinking.
100,000 of you all.
That's right.
And you don't have to be drinking liquor. You can drink water,
Water,
juice,
Gatorade,
whatever.
Coke.
Yeah, Pepsi,
Whatever.
Pedialyte.
Yeah. Rhett yells so damn loud.
He's only got one setting, and that's
That's
on.
right.
I've got
It's
the
always
loudest,
on.
the loudest voice. Sorry.
Well, we'll try to take a little bit out of this. I am peaking slightly here, so
Yeah.
we'll try to appease you all. There we go. Yeah, the mics are a little bit further away, so it's a little bit different.
Just talk low,
Joe.
sexy.
Joe drinking Two Hearted.
All
All right,
here we go.
hey.
We'll be with you here.
We'll be with you soon.
That's right. Goose Island Proprietors Bourbon County Stout.
Oh, is that Skull?
Yeah, that's Skull.
I already knew that without even looking at the screen.
So where does this rank?
So this it ranks number 4, but usually with most people's IPAs, number 1.
Yeah.
Really?
Is
Yeah.
it though?
Well,
mean-
it's kind of like I said, the grandfather of the hazy beer. This was
Yeah.
done early 2000s.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
recipe was invented. So, yeah.
All right.
I think
I mean-
it's nice.
It's nice.
It's
not
actually really enjoyable.
The smell is what got me. It's
Yeah.
so
And
good.
I guess if we're talking this is the granddaddy of
of what
hazy
hazy's
IPAs,
turned into.
Yeah.
then maybe that's why I'm thinking that it's not as bold as I thought it was going to be because
Yes.
everybody's copying it. for the
Everyone's
last
copied it,
decade.
and then they throw a bunch of fruit or
Yeah.
there's been so much yeast
Well,
now
this
to
was
build
this
off
was
of it.
the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And then after that, they came up with the mosaic hops and the citra
Yes.
hops and stuff like that, which have much more tropical citrus flavors. This doesn't have any of that. So this is probably like primarily Cascade hops. And
I think it's
stuff like
Cascade.
that.
And I think they might have had Citra.
Centennial.
Yeah.
I think it's
I don't know
Citra.
if it says on the back. No, just describes.
Yeah, and they highly recommend that you drink it fresh. They don't even want it like sitting on the shelf for like more than 2
Yeah.
weeks.
In fact, they've got guys that come back around and they rebuy back their beer. No, I'm just kidding. That's probably not a thing. Yeah.
I mean, it could be. I mean, how long have you had this in the fridge, Jeff?
Little over a month, maybe 6
Yeah.
weeks.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's past what probably the brewery wants us to have.
Right.
I don't think it's past its shelf.
But
life.
it's
No,
been
no,
kept
no.
cold the entire
yeah,
time. I didn't
yeah.
want it to age or do anything like
Also,
that. So.
also, I'm not trying to be too critical of the beer. I think that the idea that this beer recipe is upwards of 15 years old speaks for itself. That it's actually like that enjoyable because that's like right at the dawn of like when the craft IPAs were like really
Oh, yeah.
starting to, like,
really
take
started
root.
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think what like Sierra Nevadas. Even that they have a great solid IPA. I'll take that IPA all day.
Yeah.
This is drinkable. Yeah.
This is if I got this for, I think it's $15 for a 4-pack. So
Not
it's
too bad.
not too bad.
Which is what I'd pay for a Fort George or
Yeah.
a Sandy Am
Yeah.
or something
So
like that.
this is better than 3-way, or I
Yes.
wouldn't say it's better than what was that Knife, or what was that?
Christ knife.
Christ
Christ
Knife.
Knife,
Like
yeah.
the first couple sixths of Christ Knife were phenomenal.
Yeah.
But this doesn't have a burn.
Doesn't have that burn, yeah.
Doesn't have, you know.
Yeah, no, I've definitely had better IPAs. In fact, I kind of think Pliny the Elder might be better in my opinion.
And that's usually what people compare this
Yeah,
to. It's
yeah.
this is the East Coast Pine of the Elder, and we have Pine of the Elder, which is there you go. That's what you're looking for.
Yep.
I love hazy. It's so good. This is great actually. This is like just really smooth, drinkable.
Yeah.
The hops aren't overpowering.
And you got this is their regular beer.
Yeah.
They've been making this for 10+ years.
We got 2 $1 donations from Regan. Thank you so much, Regan. Longtime fan of the channel. Let's see. Guten Morgen from software developer in Germany. Guten Abend.
Oh, he's probably working right now.
Guten Abend, Adrian.
He can still drink.
That's right. I had a couple of people complaining because we were starting a stream at 4 a.m. In the UK.
We can't drink.
I said it sounds like a great time for a beer to me.
Yeah.
Either just going to bed or just waking up.
Well, they got all those coffee beers
Yeah.
that are out now. So might as well.
Powdered Dreams IPA by Captain Lawrence. Never heard of
never
that.
I've heard that one.
New Holland Mad Hatter.
I've heard
New Holland,
I've-
same guy who did Dragon's Milk.
Yeah, but I've never heard the Mad Hatter one.
No.
So how's that taste now?
Is it-
Yeastier?
Actually, it mellowed it out a little bit.
I would imagine, because usually yeast kind of smooths things
Yeah,
out.
it smoothed it out. Before, I was getting a little bit of acid bite, and I went, are you guys just accustomed to that? Because this one feels like it's biting a little bit. This, when I finished the pour, boy, that's good.
Yeah, like I said, they ask you to kind of give it just a
Yeah.
quick shake.
I should have read the back before I poured it.
I don't
That's why
even
they
think
call it the Alchemist.
Does it say to do
I don't know
that
if
in
it
the back?
does.
I don't know if it does.
I was looking for hops.
I
It
have
actually says drink from the can.
Oh yeah.
They don't want
Don't
you pouring
be
it
a
in the
dick.
Yeah, he doesn't, because he wants the yeast to be active to mix it up. Because I remember watching a couple interviews with him where he's like, "No, I designed this beer to be drank a particular way."
Yeah.
Yeah, it says,
And we're-
it
and
says,
here we are
if you
crapping
must
all over
pour
it.
into glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have settled the bottom.
Yeah.
So it says leave them in the can when pouring, or it says, well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I guess.
Old Nation M43 IPA, and Tom with a $12 donation.
Wow.
Go, baby,
I
he
put
says.
A little bit in there.
I'm gonna be.
Spooge all over it.
Yeah, Tom says go, baby.
Yeah, there is a bit of hop resin in there. I can definitely see that.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, I got
Hop
a
resin
couple,
floaties.
I got a couple flakes in there.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
Nope. All right. So, John, you posted some beer news today.
Yeah, I posted some beer news. I figured, still do something with a little bit of beer. There was actually some big beer news with Stone. We've talked about Anheuser-Busch buying up a lot of breweries recently, or big boy domestics buying out the little guys. Well, back in 2016, Stone tried to fight back.
Yeah.
With, I believe they call it their True Craft,
Yeah.
which was they had this $100,000 or $1 million $100 million budget that they set aside, stating, hey, if you're a small craft brewery, instead of selling out to Anheuser-Busch or someone else, let us buy stock in you. And we're not going to take a majority stock. We're going to take a small stock. That way, you don't have to close. You can still be independent craft brewery, and we're going to kind of build similar to what Rogue or
Ninkasi.
Ninkasi,
Yeah.
Ninkasi, and then what Woodmere's been doing and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, though, no one took the bite.
No.
Yeah.
No one even settled down, and they officially closed and canceled all of that program, I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So if you are a small independent craft brewery and you were trying to stay that way, you're going to have to find a different place to find some money, some capital.
Yep.
Or you can sell out. And some people, and they actually do mention that some people do start a business to sell out,
Right.
because that's how you make money. You can still make money that way.
Totally is.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes those people, I see what InBev was offering them, and I'm like, you know what? I don't blame them.
Yeah, they actually do accredit this to InBev, and I forget what company owns Heineken and all.
Yeah.
But the inflation priced of those breweries, that these smaller breweries were asking way too much money for the amount of stake that they were going to give them. They claimed that was one of the reasons why it didn't work. That I'm pretty sure they're probably wanting like 25% for here's 50,000,
Right.
100,000.
Yeah. And that totally does make sense from both perspectives, actually. From the brewery's standpoint, look, we believe in ourselves. We've got a good product. We're doing nothing but selling out of our barrels and whatnot. We think we're worth $500,000. And then in comes Stone and says, hey, we'll give you $50,000 or $100,000 for a 25% stake. And they went, 5% stake?
InBev will give us, will buy us out for $1 million.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's unfortunate that it didn't work out. I think it could have been a good program if Stone could have seen eye to eye with some other companies.
Well, sounds like a good idea.
But there are a bunch of other initiatives, like I said, like the brewer conglomerate that's forming with Ninkasi and a couple other brewers in the area.
Wasn't it like a wine company or independent? Some other. I don't even think it's alcohol based.
Yeah.
But they are also possibly contributing this to the fact that Stone might not be making as much money as they anticipated, because they've had to sell their brewery that was in Germany. They sold, and we talked about that, to Brewdogs. And that kind of pointed the sign to maybe Stone's thought that brewery was going to give them more capital than they thought.
Right.
And it just didn't turn out that way.
Right. And these things never have one explanation for why they fall through.
And
Joe, $2 donation. Funky Monk, he's stateside. He's watching live tonight.
all right,
Yeah, nice.
Woohoo!
Funky Monk, another longtime patron over on the Discord. So, Funky Monk, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Glad you could make it live.
sure.
Dihydrogen monoxide. It's a great drink. Water.
Insanely dangerous.
I was
you gotta be careful.
Don't drink too much of that.
Insanely
You can
dangerous.
really get messed
Honestly,
up.
you get one drop in your lungs, it could kill you.
Good.
Chug it, go, just go.
Little H2SO4. No chemists in the audience?
No.
Sulfuric acid.
Oh, so sorry, we don't have a photographic memory.
I just passed chemistry.
H2S4.
H2SO4.
Damn it. H2SO4. H2SO4.
Let's move on.
All right.
Sulfur, yeah.
So
We're already through that.
we're already that was quick. Well, when you're only going 4 ounces at a time,
That's right.
That doesn't take too long.
It doesn't take too much.
Yeah.
We can talk about the next one if you want to pour the next one.
Sure.
What would you like to drink?
We're gonna just go down the line, or
We can go down the line. We could.
That's a couple big ones.
Yeah.
well, we can move these.
Well, actually, if you did that,
That makes a little more sense.
that makes a little more sense.
Tell you what. Let's put that in between there.
Okay,
so-
I'm fine. So then,
Because this is a 13, we go back down to 7.
then we can switch to darks.
Yeah. So we'll use the tulips for the darks and the conicals for the lights.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
There was actually some local beer news.
Yeah.
There's a local brewery here in Oregon.
Keep going. I'll find
Actually,
it.
I actually personally know them. I can call them up right now.
Do you care to comment?
Keep name dropping there.
Keep
John.
name dropping. But there was actually the Air Force. The Air Force actually showed up.
You gotta start the story over.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to tell the story?
Yeah, I'll tell
Or you
the
tell the
story. Did you actually read the
Oh
article?
yeah,
Okay,
I talked
okay.
to them about it.
Okay. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. So the brewery is called Vagabond Brewing.
Well, yes.
They're primarily down in Salem, not too far from us.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a couple miles
Just
away.
a couple miles
Yeah.
away.
So
And they've been doing really well. So they're opening up a Portland.
yeah, they opened up their
location, too.
4th location. It was their 2nd brewery, but 4th location in Portland.
Yeah. And so the name Vagabond is supposed to inspire travel and
Yeah.
the Vagabond travel. And so they wanted decoration to go with that type of theme.
Yes.
So what they thought for their Portland one is they're going to get an airplane, like a small Cessna.
Yeah,
or
there's
something
like a
that.
little small Cessna.
And they're going to put it up as decoration, going to hang it up in the rafters. Or
Yeah,
something
they actually got it for the price of it. It was this plane that crashed like 10 years ago from a drunk guy who didn't have a pilot's
Yeah,
license.
he did. Yeah,
and it crash landed in Canada, and it's been sitting there for 10 years, and somehow they weaseled their way up there and said, "Hey, we'll give you a keg of our beer.
Yeah.
Give us a Cessna.
Give us the plane.
Give us the plane."
And so they basically did that. And they towed it back down and they hung it up in the.
Which is totally something they would do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they got it up there.
Yeah. So
And I don't know if they puts it
I know
there,
the
but
two
they have-
owners
they
as
have
well.
a picture
Yeah.
of it right there. And so
let me
what
bring
happened
it
a
up
couple
on
days about I don't know what a week
it
later.
was about a no. It was a week ago.
It was a week ago. It was
It was
about
a week ago. So they've been open since February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been open since February, and about a week ago, a couple of Air Force officers showed up during a manager's meeting early in the morning,
Yep.
and
Said, we hear you have a plane.
yeah, and I guess someone, because what you're able to do is it's almost like a table. You're able to take your drinks and go into the cockpit
Yeah.
and drink in the plane.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I guess someone accidentally tripped the distress beacon. Was still on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And
The distress beacon came on, and airplanes in the area that were
Yeah.
flying over,
It's
commercial
been on for
airplanes,
like 3 days.
were picking up on it. And commercial flights were actually asking the passengers to look on the ground to see if they could
Yeah.
find a downed plane.
Oh my god.
But it was actually in the bar.
It was inside the bar.
That's crazy.
And so, I guess the Air Force, the guys, they all had a big laugh about it and explaining everything. It was very lighthearted, but that is just quite hilarious.
So the plane's still there?
Still there.
Plane's still
Okay,
there.
yes,
Take it
okay.
away. Yeah, it's still
We
there.
need to do a live show from the cockpit of the plane.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that would be
god.
fun.
Can
We
we?
totally-
Oh yeah,
do.
you can.
I know them. Yeah,
Yeah, we all.
we can do
You
that.
know, you probably met AJ. And
I know
Dean.
you've met AJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
AJ and Dean's bar.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's their place they
AJ,
open.
Dean, and James.
Where's the location at?
Salem off.
It-
No,
it's-
no.
the Portland
That's
location.
on.
That it's
Oh
by
no,
Omzi.
this yeah, that's right.
It's by Omzi.
Oh.
That's right. They do have the one on Hyacinth in Salem.
Yeah,
and-
I've been
and
there.
then-
yeah.
And then of course they also have Victory Club.
They have
right?
Victory
Yeah.
Club, and
Victory
then they
Club,
have a
yeah.
tap room in Corvallis.
Yep.
Gentlemen?
Outpost.
Another one.
By
So
the way-
this is the Rogue Stouted Thunder Imperial Stout Barrel Aged 2019 edition. This one's a very special one. It is barrel 18 of 31, bottle 5 of 413 out of barrel 18. It spent
smells
9 months in whiskey barrels.
Yeah.
smells
This,
You can
It
taste
is-
whiskey.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is there. It smells wonderful.
Yes.
And it tastes super thick and rich. It is
Yeah.
a very dark.
You got a
rich
steak
beer.
knife for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12.8%. So, gentlemen, strap in.
This is a slow sipper for one.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No,
Hey,
this
by
is
the
nice,
way,
dark and roasted.
We got some super comments over here.
Oh,
I want
oh.
to raise a glass to you both.
That's right.
John Wilson from the UK, I think.
Yep.
That's pounds. Yeah.
Donated £5. It's $4.20 in the UK now, but never too late for a craft beer. Having a Wild Card Brewery IPA.
Nice.
As I know nothing about PCs, but this channel helps loads. Thank you so much for saying that.
Hey.
That is freaking awesome, and glad I could be of help. Nice Bryce also donates $8. Love the show and the channel since the day I started watching. Really wish I could give you 10 times this amount, but here you go. We will take everything you
Yeah.
can give us, and not to be selfish or anything, but we do appreciate everything that you do donate.
Yeah.
And Nice Bryce, you have been a longtime fan as well. I do recognize that name. John Wilson, I do recognize your name from the last couple of months. You've been commenting on some videos, so keep those comments coming, and I'm glad the videos are of help. I really do still read every comment.
He does.
Yeah.
Every last one. Every last comment. I wake up pretty much about 3 times a week, and I will spend maybe 45 minutes to an hour on those 3 mornings just reading comments.
Yeah.
That's how I wake up on some mornings. So, and then throughout the day, I'll just kind of scroll through and grab the new ones. But
Yes, if
so-
you ever miss an episode or anything.
so some
can-
of you really piss me off in the mornings.
What did he say? Oh wait, what did I say in the video? Oh,
What do
okay.
they tell you guys about YouTube comments? Never read
No,
them.
they're the
read
best
them.
ever.
Yeah. They're the best ever, and I only want to live more.
Yeah.
$5 from questionable comments. Shout out to my friend Natasha, who was featured in the 25 best beers to drink this summer in Portland Monthly.
Oh,
That
nice.
is cool.
That's cool.
Well, here
So-
you go, Natasha, from your friend Questionable Commands.
That's right. Cheers, Natasha.
Thank you.
Another $2 from Funky Monk, so thank you so much. And Questionable Commands, another longtime viewer, probably been watching for about a year or so. So
Bum, bum.
Bow, bow, bow.
All right.
Ooh, this is
Yeah, I need a steak knife.
This is roasty.
Oh, man.
It's roasty, but it's smooth.
Yeah.
It is super smooth.
It has it's like almost chocolate whiskey.
It is thick, but it's light on your tongue.
I don't think I could
it's
do
a weird
more.
combination.
I don't think I could do more than 4 ounces of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
is a
I
heavy
think like
beer.
6 ounces would be like
A
the
pint
most
of
I
this
would
would be
ever
way
want.
too much.
Yeah.
No, that's a definite bottle. Like you have 2 or 3 friends and you
Actually,
crack it open.
It was kind of funny. The first time I had this was about 2 years ago. We went out to Newport for a friend's bachelor party.
Uh-huh.
And we had an overnight thing at a house out there, and that's where he wanted to go. He wanted to go to Rogue, and so I had this at a 4 ounce because I wanted to taste it.
Yeah.
I hadn't had it before. I said, "Hey, we want to try this."
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, that's good." And he's like, "That's really good." And hey, can I get a pint of that? And the guy's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Hey, Jason, are you sure?" Look at the percentage on this thing. And he's like, "Oh no, wait, come back. I gotta drive."
Yeah. And he's not a big beer
He's
drinker.
not a big beer drinker either, but he really liked this.
Oh, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get into a little bit of Zen talk. So, obviously, the big news for the week is Ryzen 3rd generation.
I thought you were gonna say the Picard poster.
Oh, we'll get into... We cannot Star Trek talk this early, you know that.
Or I like to call it Old Man John Wick.
Did you see someone photoshopped a poster of it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it said Star Trek John Wick.
Oh yeah. Anyways.
Hey.
Yeah.
So anyway, the big news for the week is Ryzen 3rd generation. So Zen 2, God, I hate the naming scheme already, was released on Sunday. And honestly, it is pretty much everything that we thought it would be. Maybe not numbers-wise, maybe not the numbers that people were starting, oh, it overclocks to 5.2.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to. It's beating a lot of the chips at the stock clocks of like the 4.7 boost and the 4.2 boost. But I guess question of the week, number one, is AMD back? And the easy answer to that is absolutely yes.
Oh,
AMD is not only back, they're back with a vengeance. Question number two, I think, is a little bit more complicated, and it's how bad a shape is Intel going to be in over these next couple years? Because, and I've talked about this before, but Intel, we know, doesn't have much in the pipeline. They don't have that counter hook now that AMD has delivered, and it's on the market, and people are buying AMD right now. For very good reason, mainly the price point.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
Price performance is really, really good.
Is through the roof compared to what it is on Intel's side.
Yeah.
But we know Intel doesn't have that cross hook ready to come across. How long is it going to be before Intel is competitive again?
How long does it take to glue 2 processors together?
Whew.
Isn't
Boy,
that what
that-
they're planning on doing?
Boy, that glue.
The silicon
Yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah, just do that. That's probably what
Actually, this week in an investor call, I guess Intel stated that they had stacked dies on top of each other, and so they were going to do kind of an AMD approach of putting multiple core or multiple dies on the same substrate on the same package, but stacking them 3D instead of side by side, which could be a good concept, but it's not going to help their IPC performance at all because it's going to be based on the same architecture they already have.
So you're getting a Big Mac.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, obviously the big news of the week is Ryzen 7 3700X, Ryzen 9 3900X, and then the Ryzen 5 CPUs, the 3600, 3600X. I have not had first-hand experience with these, although I've talked to a number of reviewers who have gone over them, who have done their benchmarks. I've watched all the same benchmarks you guys have. I am beyond impressed with the offerings. Even as low as the 199 Ryzen 5, which I do have on the way. It should actually be here tomorrow or Friday, I think. But I do have a Ryzen 5 3600 on the way. The numbers that I'm seeing is it either goes toe-to-toe with or beats the 8700K for $130 or $160 less.
Cheaper,
Almost half the price.
Yeah.
And that is pretty consistent throughout this entire lineup. You've got the 3700X, which is going toe-to-toe with or beating the 9900K in a lot of benchmarks. And the ones that it's losing to the 9900K aren't by really large margins, and little tweaks to software here and there could probably make
Oh yeah,
that
and
difference.
then like Steve was saying, the price point on that is
329 versus
Yeah.
520.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take a 10% drop in performance for $300 in savings.
Yeah.
But we're not even talking 10% drop. We're talking like a 2% drop.
Yeah.
It's even
Yeah,
smaller than
it's
that.
1 to 2% in most benchmarks if it's losing. And on some it's winning, and it's winning flat out. So, and everyone always goes, well, the Intel can clock higher. Yeah, but it's 4.7 out of the box. My 9900K struggles to get to 4.9 under 90 degrees Celsius. In fact, it was at 90 degrees Celsius at 4.9. So, yeah, you can get those couple extra megahertz out of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and you're gonna really boost your CPU the whole entire time, that hot all the time.
Right.
And then constantly have to change out your water cooling.
No, give me 4.7 and 72 degrees.
Yeah.
Because that's what it runs with the standard cooler.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. The benchmarks are insane, honestly, for the price of performance that we're getting. And we know as AMD refines the 7nm process and this architecture, it's going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to find that 7 to 10% improvement that Intel was delivering for a number of years over their IPC on their architecture, from Sandy Bridge on through Haswell on through Coffee Lake. They're going to find that.
Yeah, it's just gonna get more refined.
Right. And there's talk in 2 years we're going to see a 5nm drop. So, so this is going to get better, and it's only going to be a bigger hole for Intel to have to climb out of. I guess the big question is, how long is it going to take Intel to climb out of it?
Only Intel knows.
Only
Yeah.
Intel
Yeah, I
knows.
know.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think they know right now.
Well,
though.
I don't
That's
think
the
they know
problem.
either. Because they've been having problems with just the 10nm,
Yeah.
which they promised years and years and years ago, have not delivered. So, yeah, I don't know, and we'll just see how they're gonna do.
Yep.
They're probably definitely in panic mode.
Yeah. No, I
And the Intel campus is not that far away.
no one of the
we can go do
And the-
live
and the-
outside.
and the-
Should we drive
Right.
up and ask
And the
them what they think?
alcohol, the alcohol consumption around that area has increased significantly.
Yes.
So I'm thinking,
And not just because I was working up there recently. No, I have a friend or a coworker of mine who is really, really good friends with one of the engineers over at Intel. And he was talking about, how worried are you guys? Like with the Zen release, are you guys worried at all? Oh no, we're not worried at all. AMD always had these little, flash in the pan things and whatnot. But yeah, they've got a chip right now that does pretty well. But the 9900K still just like beats all comers, and it's just like the best thing since sliced bread. And have you seen the Intel Xeon scalable processors? And I guess his response was, well, did you see the 3900X benchmark where it scored the #1 score of all time on Passmark, beating the Intel Scalable 8176 and the 9980XE? Well, did you know the 99 or the 3900X isn't even their flagship product? That's coming in another 3 months. Oh, and then we get Threadripper in November.
Yeah.
So that's the crazy thing about this is AMD is taking some #1 spots on some leaderboards at a 4.7 gigahertz boost on their 3900X, and it's not even close to their flagship product.
Yeah.
They're not slowing down.
This is a 12-core chip. They have a 16-core chip, which is rumored to boost to 4.9. They have Threadripper yet to come.
Yeah.
They have Epic 7nm yet to come. This is only going to be a bigger hole for Intel to climb out of. And we've seen Intel try to scale up their Xeon chips into the unlockable, overclockable, and higher frequency market.
Yep.
A la the 3175X, the 28-core overclockable beast that's a $4,000 chip, or $3,000 chip. That runs at, 305 watts of power. For 28 cores.
My heater only runs at 200 watts.
I can't wait to see a 64-core Threadripper this
Yeah,
November.
yeah.
I can't wait to see it. 64 cores at 4.3 out of the box?
Yeah. That's insane.
Drawing 270 watts or something like that?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a crazy, crazy ride over the next 6 months.
Oh yeah, I don't expect Intel to even have an announcement for 2 years.
Right.
There'll be an announcement for 2 years saying, and then in 2 years from now,
Right.
we'll preview something, and then within another year after that, here's the final product. So 5 years is on what I'm betting Intel is going to say, here's our counter punch, which is going to be like a little flick.
I think it'll be sooner than that. I think they have to.
I think
they're going to be, the investors are going to start going away if they don't.
Yeah. Their announcement should be, we're taking a gap year to rebuild.
Yeah. Well,
we need a
break,
guys.
That's probably what they're going to say. That's probably what they're going to do. But I think they're going to announce something within a year. I don't think they can take a beating for this long.
I think Intel will actually stay the course as far as release schedules go.
Probably. They probably have that already set up.
They've got release schedules out for the next 5 years. This is the way Intel operates. And so they will stay the course with whatever products they were planning on coming out with, probably on 14 and possibly 10 nanometer. We know they have 14 nanometer announcements coming for like the 2021 cycle. So I don't think Intel's going to slow down in releases, but what they are going to do is shift a lot of their R&D dollars from their current architecture over to how do we get into 7 and 5 nanometer.
Yeah. Now, do you think the price point of those Intels though will drop? Will they lose money?
Intel already, and we didn't get to talk about this last week because we didn't have a show for the 4th, but they already have kind of tentatively announced a 15% price drop across the board for Intel CPUs. From bottom to top. No. Well, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider a $500 processor, all of a sudden you're talking about almost a $100 price break.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking your 9900K down to $400 or $399. That's a significant price break.
Yeah.
Now, it still doesn't get down to the $329. No. And I'll still take 1 to 2% less performance on the 3700X than I will over a 9900K at $70 less.
Yeah.
But at least they're in the conversation still. And at least the Intel fanboys aren't going to like cringe when they swipe their credit card and going, why am I paying $170 more for 1% extra?
Yeah.
Because that was the game back in the day when Intel was releasing the Pentium 4 Extreme Edition against the Athlon XP 2000s was and then later the 3000 series, 3200 series, where it was like, we're the fastest thing ever. Yeah, but you're literally $1,000 for an Extreme Edition Pentium 4, whereas the Athlon is $299. That was the price difference. Mm-hmm. So a little bit crazy as far as history kind of repeating itself here. But the difference is Intel doesn't have that ace in its pocket, ready to just pull out.
They're still shuffling the deck.
Right. Now, we did see a slide leak out.
Possibly, yeah.
But yet there's more.
Yeah. We did see a 10th generation Intel product map leak out.
Yeah.
Quote
unquote.
Right. So this is the slide that leaked, and it's a little bit difficult to read. But hey, do I believe? $20 donation. Dope. Haven't been watching for long, but really enjoy your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, buddy. And cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
So this is Intel's, again, I'm putting this all in very, very dramatic air quotes. This is Intel's slide that was leaked a couple of days ago that shows 10th generation Core releases. So we've got the i3 10100, the i3 10300, i3 10320, i3 10350K, which is their overclockable SKU, going all the way up the line to the 10900KF.
Wait, repeat that again. How many numbers?
10900KF.
Mm-hmm. That's a model number.
Right. Everyone got that? Okay, cool. So from the i9, they are actually stripping out the graphics processing. They're also going to have a 10800F and a 10900F, which are supposedly not overclockable. You've got the 10700K, 10600K, 10500, 10400, so very similar model names to the 9400, 9500, 9600, 9600K, 9700, 9700K,
we went up to 10.
KF, KS, SK, whatever.
As long as it's not KK.
Right. The pricing on this is really interesting, as are the specs. They're saying, number one, hyper-threading across the board. Mm-hmm. That's my first red flag.
Yeah. I thought they were going to put the kibosh on that because that's the big vulnerability.
Yeah.
Speculative execution is still a thing.
Yeah. And
there's still a vulnerability on that. You cannot knowingly sell that processor to people right now. You can't do that. Because if there's not an exploit in the wild for it, like today, there will be tomorrow. and you cannot sell this product out to people who might use this for high-end desktop, workstation, virtualization. Virtualization is becoming more and more of a consumer level thing that people do. Now we do know that this is going to be a new socket on a new chipset, because of course it is. Of course it is.
Oh, you need to with Intel.
So the 1159 FGA socket, Comet Lake. Now the pricing is really interesting. So the pricing on this, on the i3, starts at $129 for a 4-core, 8-threaded, 65-watt processor. And I love that it's 14 nanometer plus.
Plus.
Isn't that a negative?
Yeah.
No. Plus.
They are
one more plus than plus.
Triple plus.
They are upping the DDR4 to 2933 pretty much across the board up until the i5, which is 3200 on up the chain. Now the frequencies are also very interesting because they're claiming a 4.2 gigahertz base and a 4.4 boost on the i3, but you go up to the i9 and they're claiming a 4.6 gigahertz base clock with a 5.2 boost.
Ooh.
I don't see those performance gains in the cards.
Yeah.
Do they specify wattage? Power?
105 watts, which bull.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right. You kind of break the rules of physics.
Laddie, what if I told you I had transparent aluminum?
I don't move the electricity through the chip. I move the chip through the electricity.
All right, Farnsworth.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Space moves around the spaceship.
Also,
I get it now.
Also, though, it is Farnsworth, but also 2009 Star Trek. Scotty says, "I never considered space was the thing that was moving."
That's right.
Yeah.
Your Scotty sounds more like Scrooge McDuck.
You're not wrong. A couple more of these, it's going to start sounding like a poo, then it's going to start sounding like...
It's not a terrible Scotty, but it's also not a terrible Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
It's more like Scotty in the animated Star Trek.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, the frequency numbers and the wattage numbers. Now, we know Intel's been lying about the wattage for some time. We know an i9 9900K system at stock frequencies. The system power at full load on a CPU draws 270 watts, not the 130 or 140 that it should.
Yeah.
We know that. Now, if Intel would own up to it, it'd be one thing, but claiming that you're going to add 2 more cores and a 4.6 gigahertz base frequency and still maintain that 105 watts, come on.
Well, that's the beauty of a leaked slide.
Yeah, they can deny
They
it.
can deny it later.
Right.
This is not actual marketing. It's
Right.
marketing material that was leaked that
Yeah.
wasn't true. It's like, well, we were just lying.
But the other thing, $499 price point on the i9 10900F or 10900KF. Reminder, whiskey is a great palate cleanser.
I like your thinking.
My man. The ABV, I think, is going to be high enough already. I don't know if I can handle straight liquor.
Sorry, I'm not doing a whiskey palate cleanser.
Yeah.
You guys are on your own.
Normally, yes. But,
This is whiskey barrel aged.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. We all agree. So hope
Yeah.
that's enough.
Yeah, normally I agree, but
Not tonight.
I don't know if I want to get into this news or not,
if we-
but I'll say it. There's some changes coming to craft computing. Gentlemen, what does the office look like right now?
He's leaving.
It looks completely empty.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
much...
the set has not changed. My desk is still here. The liquor cabinet's still here.
The important stuff.
The important stuff.
Do you notice the echo?
Yeah, there's a lot more echo. We are in an empty room. Not only are we in an empty room, we're in an empty house. It's a little bit bittersweet. I am selling my house. And we're not quite sure where we're going yet. Now, before people are going, you got foreclosed on!
Yeah.
No.
Quickly, send us super comments today.
right.
Quick, send us. If you want to see craft computing live another day, donate.
Just kidding. /us.
Would you like to save craft computing for one more day for only a minimum of $1?
For only $1 a day, you can keep whiskey in this glass. But no, we are selling. Me and my wife are selling our house. We've lived here for 9 years. It is a little bit bittersweet, but the housing market in Oregon is such that it almost necessitates it because we have so much equity in our house. We've lived here for 9 years. We bought this right at the tail end of the beginning of the recovery.
Okay.
Because the crash was in 2008, late 2008. We bought this in mid 2010. Is how long we've been living here. We got it for a decent price. we have so much equity in this. We're looking to cash out and almost pay cash for land and a house somewhere else, and be done. But the long and short of this is, in a couple of weeks, my house will be on the market. We're already not living here anymore.
You could buy
Craft Studios.
Craft Studios.
Right. So Craft Computing itself is not going anywhere. I will continue generating content. I'm just not quite sure where that's going to be from yet.
Maybe my basement, maybe not.
Maybe a basement, maybe the front yard of the house I used to own. I don't know.
Yeah.
But really good changes are coming, but it's going to be a hard couple of months for me personally, professionally, channel-wise. I'm hoping not to slow down content, but I am actively looking for a new place to film Craft Computing. So that information will be coming. There might be a moving vlog coming here soon. I did let my Patreons know about this, I think, about 2 to 3 weeks ago. So they've known it's coming for a little while. Talking Heads will never stop. We will find a place to film that regardless. Even if I'm filming from the garage of the place I'm staying at right now, I will bring you a couple more videos here in the next couple of weeks until I get a more permanent home. But there's a lot of good movement on the personal front. We do have a couple of interesting looks that we're getting into. So stay tuned if you're in for it for moving vlogs and seeing how this channel evolves. But we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Evan Merklin wants you to go look in North Salem.
North Salem? North Salem's on our list, as is Keizer, as is pretty much like anywhere else. We've actually looked at houses in Tennessee, Montana, Idaho, Nevada,
Washington. How's Talking Heads going to continue?
Yeah. Right. That one would be a little difficult.
Yeah. Well, you guys can't remote? Right. Hologram technology is just a few years out.
Hey, check it out. We got Tupac on Talking Heads.
John's here as a hologram.
I'll be on time.
That's right.
Have your beer, John. Just phases right.
Is it going to be like the DS9 holograms? You got to turn your chair around to talk to them.
That's right. So for the time being, Talking Heads doesn't go anywhere. If we move out of state, obviously there's going to be some difficulties there, but I don't foresee moving out of state. We are definitely trying to stay local, and not only local, but local to the area we live in right now, because I really enjoy this place. But as I said, we're putting the house on the market here in 2 weeks. So, be thinking about me.
You guys were totally in sync. That was creepy. You guys made the same face. You grabbed it with the same hand. You poured it back at the same speed, and it was gone at the same time.
As planned.
And this comment is just so funny. Weren't you just getting fiber? Yes! The box is in my front yard. They haven't even drilled it into my house yet, and I'm moving out. We are looking at one place. I'm not going to disclose where. But there's actually fiber and cable in the front of the house already. Okay. Like there's fiber 100 yards from the house and there's cable like on the property.
Sweet.
So that's potentially a thing that can happen.
It's just a spool of cables.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And there's cable that it's not even good.
He thought it was fiber, but it was just a big thing of
steel cabling.
Steel cable.
That was dental floss.
So anyway, if you guys know of a place that Craft Computing should move to, let me know down in the comments below. But like I said, we are trying to stay local, and my number one goal of like the channel is to keep Talking Heads a thing, because I really enjoy doing this, and I know we have a really great audience. But unfortunately, on the personal side, it's probably the first thing to go. But we are going to keep it going as long as we possibly can.
Friday flights, kick that out first.
Right. Oh, don't I wish. But anyway, so changes coming to Craft Computing. Please keep watching the channel, and let's definitely keep this thing going. I do have hopes and dreams and aspirations of taking this to a full-time career sometime. So, and
with that 100,000 subscribers, it's getting there.
That's getting there. It's totally getting there. And selling this house is actually another component of that, in to get us into a much better financial situation, where we're not just paying for other people's interest, we're paying for our own future. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned here.
Hey.
Super John Wilson.
Super chat. John, thank you.
Again?
What beer's in the middle? Gold beige. So
this is Founders KBS.
Kentucky Bourbon Stout.
Yes.
Kentucky Breakfast Stout.
Damn it.
Yeah.
How do I do that? I knew it was
a flavored stout.
Yeah, I noticed they changed that a couple of years ago to say
Just
flavored.
Yeah. Well, because they produce so much of it.
Yeah. So I'm betting now it's blended and flavored.
Yeah.
I don't think the Canadian breakfast stout is flavored.
No, I don't think
that
so.
That one's
that's
an actual
a one
pure. Yeah.
Because they only release that once a year.
Wow, I let that settle. That is just bourbon at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whiskey.
Holy crap. Oh. Rogue. I don't know if that barrel was dry.
Well, what was it? There was some beer, someplace local where they made it, and the barrel that they aged it in was still wet.
That happens a lot of places.
That happens a lot.
And it was like, and the ABV actually increased.
Yeah.
Because of
it was way more than they said.
Yeah.
It should have been.
There was one I had at the tap room from Ordnance. And it was like a whiskey barrel
was
aged.
it the old Fisky?
Yeah.
There was that rum coconut one as well.
Yeah.
The rum barrel aged.
There was a couple of them where they're like, yeah, we did. Oh, no. And then also Saw's Guy on a Buffalo Trace.
Oh, yeah.
Guy on a Buffalo
Yeah.
was a wet barrel.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
they only make one barrel, and there's like, yeah, it was still wet inside.
You're a wet barrel.
We have an IPA to have.
That's next, actually.
Okay.
The,
Well, you looked like
the all-day IPA is next.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing the.
Well, we're doing the bourbon. This was
whatever
here.
you want to do.
The all-day was here.
Okay, but then you're missing the two-headed.
The Two-Hearted.
Hearted.
Two-hearted.
Two-headed.
It's not two fish. Isn't
Yeah.
two fish there?
No, there's only one fish.
Oh, I thought
right.
it was two-headed.
We can just do that.
It's Two-Hearted.
Oh.
Two-hearted.
Ah.
Two-hearted ale with the fish on the logo.
Yeah.
Or fish on the
I always thought there were two fish in there. That's why it's called two-headed.
No.
There's two fish.
There's two
There's
fish.
two fish.
Okay, but they're not.
But there's one.
But they also
Yeah,
have two
there's
And
another
hearts.
one.
and there's also two heads.
Yeah.
It's probably one fish looking in a mirror.
Maybe what it is I don't know.
Maybe the-
I tried,
Maybe the
guys.
fish was your brother all along. There we go.
There you go.
So Bell's Brewing or Bell's Beer, I think they go by two different names, out of California, Northern California.
Yeah.
Southern Oregon.
They
Baja,
make,
Oregon,
they make
guys.
Hop Slam too, which is also
Yes. Two-Hearted Ale, American IPA, bursting with aromas ranging from pine to grapefruit.
This is supposedly the number one beer in the United States,
Yep.
voted by the Homebrewers Association.
Just can pours
Really?
like crap.
Yeah.
Let's
Alright.
see about
Number
this
one
now.
IPA.
Let's see.
This can pours like crap.
Does.
They said number one beer, not number one can.
Right.
Yeah.
So
They keep the beer amazing by making the can crap.
Right.
John gets none.
Sorry.
I have to say that the Heady Topper smells better.
Yeah.
But this one could be more maltier because it doesn't have that super piney
I'm
tropical aroma.
expecting this to
Go
be
on, we'll
more of a Sierra Nevada.
I don't know. It smells like a two-sharded fail.
Too sharp.
I get soap.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it soap?
I get soap. I get like bathroom soap.
Yeah, like bar soap.
Oh,
Yeah.
another one.
Alright.
Sorry, guys.
Cheers,
I can't
everyone.
You can't
drink
not.
a
You
beer
can't not.
without
Not.
clinking
Yeah.
glasses.
Especially with these little glasses, they're
Yeah.
just so clinkable.
Yeah, I get soap. Almost like cilantro?
Cilantro does smell and taste soapy.
I taste soap when
Some
I
people.
cilantro. And
Some people taste cilantro. That tastes soapy.
and
Some
that's me.
people It doesn't.
So if you know what I'm talking about, if
Yeah.
you eat cilantro and you taste soap, this smells like cilantro.
But you're right.
For me, it's kind of like
This-
those
it's
No,
illusions.
cilantro doesn't taste like soap to me. I actually
Yeah.
like
No.
cilantro, which is
Yeah.
a little bit.
I like
not too much.
But it's kind of
But-
an herby.
It's
But
very
this,
herby, yeah.
This
Yeah.
does taste like
Yeah.
the scented soaps.
Yeah,
A
this
little
tastes
bit.
like scented
See,
soap.
for me, it's kind of like those illusions where you look at it and it's like, oh, it's a bunny rabbit, but then you look at it from the other way and it's like, oh, it's a duck.
Duck, yeah.
That's what like the cilantro tastes like, but I can get that in this. It's like herbal or like chemically.
For the number one beer in the country, I am vastly disappointed.
Yeah, I
That's
was
because
expecting
home
more.
brewers are idiots.
Well, if you
So-
tasted my beer,
Yeah,
you'd
you
probably-
too.
So this tastes like a homebrew.
Yeah.
No
Like a-
wonder they love it.
This tastes like a
You're like,
a
oh my
decent
god,
homebrew.
I
Yeah.
could make beer.
Yeah, that's exactly what this. I picture that.
This is an inspiration to all home brewers. Like,
Yeah.
I could make this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this
I
really
have
the
made
number
this.
one beer?
This is
though?
3 years running.
I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Yeah, and it's not even close.
Okay, but what are their ranking mechanisms?
So this is the list. This is just voted on by the American Homebrewers Association.
Come
Like-
on, flavor is subjective regardless.
It
I
is.
You're not wrong, and that's why I'm wondering, like, what is their ranking on? Is like obviously if you have like smoothness, or you have like body, or you have like I don't know what
Well,
else. like-
technically, this isn't.
This
I
is
don't
an
know,
IPA.
It is an IPA.
It is an
Yeah,
IPA.
says-
It's an
it says
American
American
IPA.
IPA.
Okay,
American
okay, it
IPA.
does say American IPA.
Centennial hops.
Okay.
I can get the pine and grapefruit like
If I dig for it.
Yeah, if I dig for it, I can
taste the pine actually
understand
pretty
it.
readily. I think that's like that chemically thing where you get. It's almost like pine sap.
Yeah.
Yeah. It tastes artificial to me.
Yeah, I'm not a big.
It almost tastes like it's
Here's the thing.
not all grain.
How much did somebody pay
Oh,
for
like
something
it's
like
extra-
this?
Extract. It tastes like an
I
extract
wouldn't think
beer.
so. It's more expensive. To
No,
extract, but
well,
yeah, I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
if you're a home brewer versus extract beers and all grain beers, this tastes like an extract home brew.
If I wanted to get a pint of this, how much does it cost?
Oh, I'm sure it's probably like the same. As,
$4.
$4, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, this is drinkable beer.
Yeah. No,
It's very drinkable.
But now compare. So Heady Topper, $1 more. The one we just had.
Heady Topper, 100%.
Would you?
Way better beer.
Which is, and I think it's a
Wait, the one we just had wasn't Heady Topper.
no. So this
The
is
first IPA.
This is
The
actually
hazy.
7%. I wouldn't have called this 7%.
Doesn't taste so.
I wouldn't think it would be 7%.
I would have said 6.
I was gonna say 5.5.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Where Heady Topper's what 8?
8.
So for $1 more, you could have 8% and that flavor.
Right. So again, and I guess that's what I wonder about how they vote and all that. Because
I don't know.
do you vote for higher alcohol content just because it's higher?
No.
Because this is the thing, like, you know, personally, I favor bolder beers. This is a safe bet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want something that either I'm going to love or I'm going to hate. And even if I hate it, I'm going to be more inclined to be like, no, this is a must drink for somebody because you want something unique. You want something that you're not going to get every day. You want something maybe you haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
That's how I vote on things. So I'm just wondering, again, I'm not saying my
No,
vote
I mean,
is
I
right.
know what you mean. I give points to uniqueness too, even
Yeah.
if I don't like it.
Right.
I do give points to uniqueness. But this is just like, I mean, I don't know. I've had way better IPAs.
This tastes like something I could just, like, I don't know.
Sierra Nevada is better than this.
Yes.
I think even like Stone, they're
Yeah.
enjoyed by series.
Think-
9% of the time is
Think
is
of most of the
better than this.
standard IPAs. Think of just the Stone standard IPA. Think
Now-
of Sierra Nevada's Pale.
Now
Think
wait, we live in Oregon.
Lagunitas.
We do live in Oregon.
We do, but this is Northern California. This
Yeah, this
isn't
is
far
Northern
off the
California.
beaten
This is-
path.
this
They're
is-
not
wonder-
getting that pass.
No wonder we let them stay California.
Right.
This is pretty close to Russian River where they make Plenty of the Elder.
Right. So
Yeah.
so this is not getting that pass from
And
me
still,
because
I think Plenty of the Elder's better.
Oh yes,
Right.
Finding the Elder's way better than this. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's drinkable. It's good. It's refreshing. Hell, if I can get $4 a pint, that's a great price.
That's not too bad.
That's
yeah.
a great price. I'm not gonna go
Out of
seeking
my
this
way?
beer out of
Yeah,
my way to
not
seek
at
this.
all.
I want this because I haven't checked it in.
Right.
I'm
That's
done.
about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Even then, I don't want to waste my
I'll
time
probably
checking
never
it.
buy this again.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing remarkable about it. And
No.
and to be ranked as the number one beer, I want something remarkable. I want a flavor that I've never tasted before that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I want some complexities that aren't there. This is a very safe beer. This is a sessionable IPA.
What this actually
Well, it's
could,
not sessionable.
It's not sessionable.
But
It's 7%.
but what it could be.
but
Yeah.
it tastes like
It
a
tastes-
session
it
beer.
tastes like a pretty
it's very
middle of the
light.
road.
It's
Yeah.
and it's not very deep. It's not very dense. It doesn't make you think.
One might call it a poo-sharded fail.
It's
I wouldn't go that far.
it's a good beer.
The brewers are watching right now. They're like, "Here's where you're already ranked number 1 3 years in a row on the Home Brewers Association."
You could take him down a peg. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to
They can
then.
stand to take a
I
little bit
don't-
of Rhett's criticism.
You guys are saying this is a safe bet. I wonder if this is more of a consistency thing. So
Okay.
Heady Topper has live active yeast at the bottom and hop fragments.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a
So
different.
you might get a different can
Yeah,
every
yeah,
time.
sure, okay.
I wonder how consistent this tastes of the batch after batch after batch.
So it's like a
good.
McChicken.
Well, okay.
Yeah, it's like a
but-
McChicken.
but like-
It's I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm paying for, and I get it every time. Whereas these bold big beers,
Yeah.
the flavor might be off batch to batch to batch.
I don't know. Because
I've had a bad KBS before.
Yeah.
I've had because they have like RPM IPA from Boneyard.
Boneyard.
Yep.
All over the place around here. It's like
Yeah.
just in most
Oh,
bars
yeah.
around here.
I hate
And that
Boneyard.
is consistently good in my opinion.
That's why they sell Boneyard, because it is consistent.
It's consistently
It's
good.
consistently
and it's
good.
consistent. And I think it tastes better than this.
Yes, but Boneyard is not as big. It doesn't distribute, and they don't can. That's
also-
the
they
thing.
don't.
And
That's
also,
that's why.
Boneyard sucks.
No, they don't.
No, they
No,
don't.
they don't.
You heard it from me here, folks.
But
Brett's
yeah.
opinions do not reflect those of craft computing.
Brett just wants to be contrary to be contrary.
That's
Hey,
right.
look,
So I wonder
I
if that's
just
the thing.
don't like Boneyard. So there you go.
Oh, it's all right. Notorious is
Not about being
fantastic.
contrary. I just,
Yeah.
It's like, look, there's a couple tap houses I
Oh,
go
the
to,
Suge Knight.
and they're like,
Knight.
we have 32
Yeah,
beers
Suge
on
Knight.
tap. Pick from one of our 16 Boneyard taps. I'm like, why?
Hey, I never did that.
I know. That's why I
never did
love
that.
Capital Tap Room.
I don't even think I think I had
I swear
Boneyard on twice.
And I made fun of you for it. I remember.
Let's see. What is that rock-fired pizza in Salem? I think they carry nothing but Gilgamesh. They say we have 16 taps, but I think 14 of them are Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh I don't like.
Yeah,
Gilgamesh
I don't drink Gilgamesh. I will go on record as saying
Brett, aren't you sponsored by Gilgamesh?
I haven't been in.
Taste the walrus.
Yeah, taste the walrus. No, see what I always say about
That's an old
Gilgamesh-
joke to a very old podcast.
What I always say about Gilgamesh, and I'm not going to defend them over Boneyard, but is that they make unique beers, and they're not always good, but they're always unique.
Not always?
No, they're not always.
They are not always good.
Because you
They're
have
never good.
because you
They're
go
not
and
always
get
good.
you go and get like your what's one
The Jazzy Hef.
The Jazzy-
Jazzy Hef.
CJ Jazzy.
right, the Jazzy Hef, and you're like, wow, I want a Hef, and you drink it, and you're like, well, that's different.
Yeah, but then you're like, that's not a Hef.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that's
And
what
I'm
I'm
like,
saying.
I wanted a Hef.
And so
They
that's-
gave me something I didn't want.
Yeah.
And that's what I would always say when I was pitching their beers, is that like
They gave me a hazy IPA with some clove in it,
Yeah.
right,
and then they called it a hef.
Yeah.
right. And that's what I'd always tell people when I was pitching their beers, because first of all, they gave me a lot of free beer. So would any of you turn that down?
No.
Yes, Gilgamesh. Yes.
I
Nah,
doubt
I probably wouldn't.
it. I doubt
I
it.
wouldn't promote it, but I'd just be like, yeah.
Here's the thing.
drink
The
it.
I'd be like a
podcast
thanks, but no thanks.
The podcast was dedicated to bad movies.
Yeah.
We'd watch B-rated movies and drink Gilgamesh beer. Pretty
The best
fitting.
of
so
the
bad,
worst.
I'd rather best of the worst. Bad movies and bad beer.
All right, I'm about to crack a 2017 Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. Coffee.
Okay, coffee.
I
And
will
then
argue their Terry Porter is fine.
The Terry Porter.
Terry
is fine.
Porter's solid.
Terry Porter's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a solid. It's just a solid porter.
Also,
It's
But
like,
I mean,
one of their
think-
reds is pretty good too.
I still think a Black
Oh,
Butte Porter, which has been
man.
around for a long time, is better.
That's because Deschutes is huge.
Yeah, but
So
yeah,
then
they're
once
still-
we get into
still
this beer,
solid.
let's get into the next tech news, because I'm sure people are tired of hearing us talk about local breweries that we're the only ones that get
No,
to
sorry.
I
try.
know, dude. Somebody was like, "I live in Salem."
I don't know.
You should
Belgian
do beer."
Underground. They've got something brewing.
Hey, that Golden Army Strong is probably one of the
The
best,
Belgian Strong Ale.
best Belgian Strong
Best
ales
beer.
I've ever had.
Army,
Like,
Army
the-
Secret.
Army
yeah.
Secret. That was the first beer I ever had on craft computing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the Belgian Underground.
Army Secret, and they got their Long Last Kiss.
Long Last
Yeah,
Kiss.
It's really good.
Actually,
That's a
have
porter.
you gone to the Benedictine Brewing up?
Yes.
up in
Of course I
Nigel?
have.
Nigel.
The triple Belgian that they got up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Well, I
good.
brought one of their beers on the show.
Yeah, was it? I had the
It was the Dirt Black Habit.
Yeah, we had Dark Habit.
yeah
Black Habit.
Or Black,
Black
Habit.
Habit.
thanks to a mutual friend of all of ours, at least though, Belgian Underground will still stay in business.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Also, what do you guys think about Silver Falls Brewing?
I like it.
You don't.
I had a couple. Well,
I've had
a
it
couple times.
3 times there.
I have to go back,
And
but I
it's
didn't.
horrible.
I didn't like it. The
It's
first
nothing.
time.
Okay, it's not horrible. There's nothing special, and it tastes like homebrew.
I think.
It's light. It's there's not a lot of complexity to the flavor.
Yeah.
And that's usually
Well, which beers do you guys have?
I've had
I
most
had,
everything
had
there.
every beer on
everything they
tap.
had.
I've had just
And
about
their
every
porter
single.
is pretty good.
see if we can get
One of
some
their
head on
like
this
their
thing.
trail ale or whatever it is pretty okay.
It's again, everything is okay,
But there's nothing remarkable.
but there's nothing. I wouldn't go there for to draw back of. I've had that. I don't want to be here anymore.
So I guess what it is that you guys just have shitty beer palates. I'm just
Ooh
kidding.
my god!
I'm just joking. Yeah, you guys are like, whoa, geez, why did this get so dark?
Holy
As I'm
moly.
smelling a Goose Island coffee stout from
This
2017.
is this smells like
This is
morning coffee.
wonderful.
Yeah, this
Whatever.
is coffee.
You guys don't have to defend Boneyard. I don't have to defend Silver Falls.
Whatever. You wait till Ratchet Brewery opens up,
Dude,
and then
I love Ratchet.
yeah,
I'm
and then-
gonna say
Opens
let's
up. I go to their cameras and say all the time.
let's bring the conversation back. Let's talk about the beer and let's get back into the tech.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say I smell the coffee, I smell the roast, I smell the chocolate, the caramel, bubblegum.
Sorry guys, it's been in
Oh,
my mouth.
clinky.
It's been in my mouth. I get some cola nut.
Who hasn't been in your mouth?
Nobody in this room hasn't. Nobody in this room hasn't.
That's John at Hops and Brews.
Hey, I'm nothing if not accommodating.
That's right. The nose, bubblegum. I smell
get bubblegum
bubblegum
too.
on this
Yeah,
nose.
don't you?
No, I actually I get like a
don't get
pepper.
bubblegum.
I get a
Like
pepper.
I honestly, I get like a soda shop vibe. Like seriously, because you get that like almost bubblegum. You get that like cola-y type like.
Okay, I can get cola. I get like raw cola syrup before it's carbonated. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
And that's something I get in a lot of like bourbon flavored stuff for some reason. I don't know why. Like.
So yeah, if you've ever owned your own soda stream and that syrup you get before,
kind of smells
like that Coke.
Yeah.
Well, this is very coffee.
This is like coffee Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of coffee, but it's a lot lighter body than the Rogue that we just drank.
This is definitely
which I enjoy a lighter body. Bringing it into breweries that we were talking about, it's got the body similar to the Vader from Gilgamesh. Another good one. I said the body is similar, the taste way better.
No, nothing like that. Okay, AMD,
more AMD news.
AMD, back to AMD.
It's roasty. It's oaky at the back.
He's talking about
Gilgamesh
AMD.
and then Kidu at. I don't know where they are. That's a
on
Star Trek quote.
On State Street.
Yeah.
Anyway, AMD fires back at the Super NVIDIA cards with the Radeon RX 5700 price cuts. Now, the other big news from the week was the Radeon Navi cards are finally launched. These are the 7nm consumer cards. They were priced at $399 and $449. Before they even launched, they got a $50 price cut because NVIDIA dropped the Super cards on them.
Yep.
So we have the 2060 and the 2070 Super, priced at, what was it, $349 or $379 and $499, I believe. So NVIDIA dropped those the week before. They dropped them on Tuesday, but they're not available yet. You can kind of start to buy them now, but just barely. Anyway, AMD announced Navi about a month earlier at $449 and $399 for the 5700 and the 5700X. Well, now the 5700 is starting at $349 and the 5700 XT is starting at $399.
Yeah.
And the 5700 the 5700 XT is only about the ABV is starting to kick in.
Me too. That's why I'm just sitting over here.
Hiccuping.
I'm just nodding along, like, okay, yeah.
The 5700 XT is only about 3 to 5% slower, maybe, than the 2070 Super, and it's priced $100 less.
Yeah.
So yet again, another bargain buy for AMD, and it consumes less power.
Yeah. Didn't AMD just like tweet out, "Hey, check this out! I see the Super Intel. Well, we're gonna do this."
Right.
Click. Another one of AMD's awesome. Exactly.
Lisa Sue with the mic drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marketing. I love AMD's marketing these past couple of years.
It's been rocking.
Yeah.
It really has. I've mentioned this on the show a number of times how good AMD's marketing has been the last year. Their product releases have been stellar. Radeon, maybe not so much with Vega, but definitely with Zen. Their Zen marketing has been on point, and especially their Epic marketing.
Oh yeah.
Going straight at Intel Xeon and taking them to task on a lot of different accounts. On, why do you have 60 different SKUs across your Xeon line?
Yeah.
Why don't you just have 5 and actually price them accordingly? Right now, Intel has the 3175X at $3,000. It's a 28-core, 56-thread, 3.6 gigahertz base, and a 4.2 boost. It's a $3,000 chip, and it's their overclocked enthusiast-level chip.
Yeah.
It does everything but support ECC memory. It's based off the 8180 Platinum chip, which is the same 28 cores, same 56 threads, same 6-channel memory, supports ECC,
Right.
and it's $10,000.
Yeah.
Just price your CPUs accordingly. You'll be fine.
Yep.
But Intel doesn't. They play this game of locking features out, of pushing things beyond the scope.
They're still playing like they're the number one game in the team.
Right.
Game in the town.
Team in the town.
Team in the town.
Yeah.
Game in town.
And
Game in town.
Game
There
in
we go.
town.
We found the right metaphor.
And when Opteron was basically non-existent, was a non-factor, Intel could do whatever they want because you have to pay those prices.
Yeah.
However, as soon as version 1 of Epic was released, you have to start playing a different game. You have to start playing a different game. And Intel, like Steve said, is still acting like they're the only game in town, like they're the only store you can shop at. Well, you might be the mom and pop shop that can mark your soda up to $6 for a 20 ounce, but Walmart just opened across the street. And yeah, you have to buy great value soda, but you can get 20 of them for that same $6. So
yeah, you want that Jack and Coke? Well, how about
Right.
Jack and Sam's Choice?
right. And in a blind taste test, I'd be hard pressed to pick Sam's Choice over
Yeah.
a Pepsi.
With 1 more ounce of that whiskey in there, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, the 1 extra ounce of whiskey. But I think straight up I could tell the difference between
Oh,
Pepsi
straight up, yeah.
and Sam's Choice.
But then you also, like Jeff's saying, you get 20 cans versus
Yeah,
a 6-pack.
yeah.
But we're
Have you
talking
guys-
mixers.
Have you guys
yeah,
ever
we're talking
drank?
mixers. That's fine.
Have you guys ever drank Kirkland beer?
Yeah.
It's like not bad.
Not
It's
bad.
okay.
Kirkland.
It's like comparable with like Coors.
I think
Oh, yeah.
most of the Costco brand
Yeah.
liquors and beers.
Their vodka
are
and their whiskey is
made
actually
by
pretty
somebody
darn
else.
good.
They're actually
Yeah. Vodka's
I
good.
think, like, isn't like
Yeah.
all their products like made by somebody else,
Yeah.
and then they just slap a Kirkland brand on it?
I think the vodka that you can buy at Costco's are the same people who make Grey Goose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
You're essentially buying Grey Goose in a gallon for $20.
yeah. Made in the same distillery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
own a Costco.
Same recipe.
Well,
have you ever?
here in Oregon at our Costco's we can't get.
Yeah, we
That's
can't get
true.
liquor.
Why do I always
We
forget?
can,
And
we can get
then-
beer at our Costco's, but we
And
can't
wine.
get
You can buy up to 20% liquor in stores in Oregon now. They did recede on that law. And
Yes,
so
you,
and
can get, you can get like Bailey's,
Liqueur.
Irish
liqueurs
cream and
stuff. Yeah.
Kahlua and things like that. So we can buy some staples in stores, but anything over, I think it's 18.5 or something like
Yeah,
that, I've
it
got to go
goes-
to a specialty shop.
Yeah. But have you ever tried the Walmart beer?
I have not.
What?
Oh,
Worst
wait,
thing
is
I've
that
ever had.
is
No.
it okay? Is it? It's
I
not
can-
called
do we-
Sam's Choice, but it's
No,
called like.
it's-
Do we have a
got-
video
it's-
coming on this?
Oh, I wish. No, I wouldn't.
I had it before.
It's got like this rat on the cover. As the,
yes,
yeah, it's,
yes.
it tastes like.
I
this.
have had.
I'll
it
do the video
before.
on your channel.
That'd be
I
amazing.
will buy another because it only comes in a variety pack, so you have
Yes.
to get all
Yes,
4.
I had the variety pack
It's
too.
They're like, no way everybody would buy all 4.
so-
Sell it to them in 1 pack.
it's a you get the 12 pack and it's like $7.
Yeah, that was the
It's
thing. I got
horrible.
that thing and I tried all the different flavors. Hated every single one.
Yeah.
Of them. But I kept it in the fridge for whenever my neighbor's like, "Hey, you got a beer?"
There you go.
I
Yes,
do
I do have a
indeed.
beer.
Somebody
I had to
wrote,
go
you
for
can't even pump your own gas in Oregon. That's so
Nope,
weird. That is
cannot.
not true. You can pump your own gas in Oregon.
in the eastern.
As
part of
long
the
as they
states.
have less than 20,000
In-
people in your county.
In counties of less than 20,000 people, you can pump your own gas.
Which is
So-
the Willamette Valley. You
Now-
don't really have.
now,
Nowhere in the valley. Everywhere else?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, here's my defense of not being able to pump your own gas. People go, well, they scratch up your car. Well, number one, it's never been an issue. I've never had anyone scratch my car or anything else. The gas attendants know how
I've
to
had
open
their
gas
dirty
bays.
fingers kind of smudge up.
I've
the
had
side of
smudges and whatnot, but it's no more than I would smudge the side of my car changing
Yeah.
my own gas. Number two, it rains 8 months a year here. I don't have to get out of my car anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we pay a guy minimum wage to pump the gas into my car, and my gas is no more expensive
Yeah.
than anywhere else.
Yeah, in fact, it's still cheaper
it's
than
pretty
California.
cheaper than anywhere on the
Right,
East Coast
yeah.
I've been.
Yeah.
So,
Like, that's the thing. Yeah, it's
Well,
so bonkers.
it's us in New Jersey. New Jersey,
Yeah.
you can't pump your
Right.
own gas there either.
What's funny to me is when people are like, this should embarrass you. I'm like, why? I basically have servants.
Yeah. Well, when you go to
Are you
McDonald's,
happy to have
you don't pick and make your own burger, do you?
right.
Yeah.
You do if you go Fuddruckers.
What? You don't even get to pull your own beer?
Yeah.
What, dude?
Although,
What?
I wish we had that. I really wish we had
They
that.
do have some of those self-serve beer places. Like
Not in
there's-
Oregon. It's illegal in Oregon.
There's, I think they have them in Colorado.
You're right.
And
in Nevada.
They got them at like wine tasting things now too, and you get a little card and you go, "Broop, broop,"
Yeah.
and
You-
it fills
you-
it up exactly
you pay,
how much.
You what it essentially is you buy how many ounces you want, and then
Yeah.
it'll track your card.
But not only that, it gives you like the perfect amount in each thing. So you're like, I want a glass.
But that's a disadvantage
No.
because if the bartender likes you and they're pouring it themselves, they'll give you a heavy
Yeah.
pour.
Yeah, like I
Yes.
can go into Tiny's Tavern and I can be like, give me a glass of whiskey, and he'll fill it all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I went to a couple beer fests lately, and one of the beer fests I didn't know anyone there, and that's kind of rare for me anymore. I at least know a lot of the local brewers and,
Yeah.
and head brewers and things like that. And I went there and I didn't know anyone, and so I was getting 2-ounce pours the whole time. And I'm like, well, that's kind of crap. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to being served like everyone else. We went,
I don't want to be a peasant.
I'm not
right,
a peasant.
right.
Yeah.
I went to Zoo Brew.
Oh yeah.
And I knew probably 6 or 7 of the brewers there, and I swear every single pour I got was 6 ounces plus.
Yeah.
Now the downside to that is I bought 20 tokens. I couldn't spend them because I was only going to be there 2.5
Yes.
hours, and I'm there with my wife, and I've got to drive home. And it's like I want to try like 15 beers tonight, and I get like a 9-ounce pour on a 7 or 8% beer, and it's like, well, crap.
Yeah, you get like 2 of those.
It's at the zoo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thirsty elephants over there.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
the rest of your beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was like
There's
an
a new
elephant brew
due in
Yeah.
2020, by the way.
There is.
right.
There's a new baby elephant.
That's
yeah.
right.
Steve and I have a fantastic story of at the zoo one time.
Oh yeah. God.
We got smashed.
Yeah.
Well, later time.
I've also been smashed at the zoo. Mine was more recently.
we found a 80s cocaine porno house.
At the zoo?
Yes.
Not well. It was about.
We may have to do that one off camera. Demonetized.
So
Let's
you
get
guys,
some
you guys like pie?
I do.
I
like
like pie.
I love pie.
Yum.
Oh, where's this going? I can't imagine.
It's like warm apple pie.
I love calculating
trying to
pi
get
to
at,
the
Brad?
14th decimal. Oh wait, which pie are you talking about?
All of those.
See, I'm more of like a
So
cherry.
the 20th
Dude,
anniversary
cherry's so
of
good.
American
It is.
Pie is this week.
Oh, yeah.
I never liked
So
it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad,
That's-
isn't it? Although it's kind of fun.
See, you guys didn't think I was going there, but I went there.
That, I started it with the, it's like warm apple pie.
Yeah, whatever. You know.
He tried to set you up, but
Cheesecake is pie. Prove me wrong.
No.
I have no argument.
No, you're right. It is a pie.
No, there's no solid crust.
Yes,
There's
there is.
no. It's crumble. It's a crumbled
It's
crust.
typically crumble.
It's a crumbled crust.
Ooh, I think John got you.
It's a graham cracker crust.
Yeah, it's a graham
Technically,
cracker.
It is.
also you're right,
But
because
okay,
a pie
but-
technically has crust on top.
But name
too.
That's
name
true. Yeah,
a
that's
cake.
that too.
Name a cake that has graham cracker crust.
Cakes don't have crust. Cakes are batter that is baked. Cheesecake would be
It's baked though, but it has a crust.
it's baked, but it's a graham cracker crust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then pie, I would say, is either a laced or a solid base crust.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
leave
lemon
it or
meringue
base it or-
pie, I've always considered a cake. Cheesecake, I've always considered
No.
a pie.
Well, see, even lemon meringue pie
But you also
doesn't
like
have a top.
Gilgamesh, so you don't.
Yeah.
Your opinions are out the window,
Yeah.
my friend.
Yeah,
we
alright.
don't even care what you
Fair
say.
enough.
and then
I only drank like 200 gallons of free beer.
If pie needs a top, then pumpkin pie's out too.
Yeah,
and that's
that
a
means
solid
pump-
crust.
And all the
Pumpkin pie is
meringue.
also a cake.
No, it's not.
So,
It's not
so,
okay.
so, so I'm gonna take
I
this.
didn't know you're smoking crack. You just-
So I'm going to take this one moment of transition to remind my fellow co-hosts that the ABV is starting to kick in and you're starting to talk over each other.
Oh, okay.
We talked about this beforehand, so
we were good most of the
we were
show.
good for the first hour, and the last 20 minutes we've gotten kind of off the rails.
We gotta get through all the tech news so we
Yeah,
can get to
yeah,
Star
all right,
Trek.
all right,
Star
yeah,
Two.
all right.
I just
So-
didn't think we'd get that heated over pie.
I didn't think so either.
You guys brought out the
It wasn't.
Gilgamesh
No,
cannons,
it was.
so
it
like,
was a super chat.
That's right. So I didn't think it would get that heated, but I would like to remind my co-hosts that the ABV is flowing
Okay.
tonight.
All right.
Cheesecake was originally
So
called cheese
let's
pie.
see if we can stay on track a little bit.
All right.
And
know
number
if that's
two, John was so aptly trying to get a transition into the Raspberry Pi 4 news
We all helped him.
it,
We're here.
via Cheesecake, where the Raspberry Pi 4 has now an admitted fault in the USB-C design.
Yep.
Is it really that big of a fault?
I would say it's a problem because the reason to go to USB-C over the micro USB was because the CPU is drawing more power, and the way you deliver more power over the USB interface is by going USB-C, which can deliver 18 to 25 watts.
Yeah.
Yes.
USB-C tapped out, or USB micro tapped out at 15 watts, and I have yet to find a USB micro charger that will keep my Pi 3B Plus powered without the little lightning bolt symbol in the corner. It's not out there. I can power it off GPIO if I use alternate adapters, but then I don't have surge protection or transformer protection or anything
Yeah.
like that. But over the USB connection, I have yet to find one that doesn't show the little power warning. I don't have enough power to sustain this load.
Yeah.
So going to USB-C was honestly a
Specific-
godsend
yeah.
specifically for them.
For that, yeah.
Now, unfortunately, there is a major flaw with the USB-C design in that they designed their own chip for the USB power interface. And as such, two of the pins are supposed to go through two independent resistors. Pi decided to share a resistor. Now, that may not sound like a big deal, but if you have a smart adapter, and that is a charger with a chip in it that negotiates the power usage.
It's the E cable. You need the E cable.
Right, the E cable, the more expensive cables, the more expensive chargers.
Which a lot of modern phones use.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you have an E cable, a cable with a data chip built in, which they're not all that uncommon, and you have a USB-C specific charger, those chargers are seeing the Raspberry Pi as an audio device and delivering 5 watts.
Yeah, not even enough to really.
Which
count.
is not enough to power an original Pi.
Yeah.
So
Pi
this
0 maybe.
right. So this has been admitted to by the Raspberry Pi Foundation. They said we made a misstep. Basically, what it was in the interior design of the chip, they had 2 of the pins on the USB-C share a resistor. Now, when that resistor is grounded out, it's recognized as an audio device per USB-C spec, and it is honestly something they should have caught in the design of the chip, because the USB-C spec is open. Anyone can read it, anyone can view it, and they should have known that. They were trying to cut down on costs, so they shared the resistor rather than spreading it out, and they reduced, number 1, the size of the chip, and number 2, the complexity of the chip. But unfortunately, that means if you have a smart charger, it doesn't charge the Pi adequately.
Well, I almost wonder too then if they're trying to get buy our charger. Mm-hmm. Because they said their charger was designed to work for this, and you won't have that problem.
Technically, the chargers without the chip are cheaper.
Right.
Yeah, and you can still get those.
And that was the other thing is if you're going to go on Amazon, and I wonder, I just need a little power cable. Okay, I'm going to buy the cheapest one possible.
Yes, a benefit of the Raspberry Pi has always been, and a goal of the Raspberry Pi has always been, a cheap, do-anything computer. Because basically what they're marketing the Raspberry Pi 4 as is a desktop replacement. Something that anyone who's not doing high-end video editing or high-end gaming...
I want to browse.
I want to browse the internet, I want to watch YouTube, I want to encode some videos, I want to download stuff, I want to play games, basic games.
Basic games.
This is...
Emulator.
Right. This is more than powerful enough to do that. And in fact, the specs that have been released and some of the benchmarks that I've seen totally bear that out. They quadrupled the speed of the Ethernet interface on it, from 270 megabit to 900 megabit.
Yeah.
The USB 3.0 interface now means I can hook up high-speed storage to it. I can hook up an SSD and get almost line rate speed out of a 6 gig SATA connection. The speed of the processor, the latency of the memory, the bandwidth of the memory. Yeah. It is all vastly improved to the point where you can use this as a modern computer. And that's always been the goal of it is you've already got these parts on hand, buy the Pi and plug everything else into it. You have an HDMI monitor, you have a USB-C charger for your phone. Yeah. Use those and then buy a keyboard and mouse and you're done.
Yeah.
The problem with this interface design with the USB-C is that if I already have a cell phone charger that uses a smart cable because my cell phone charges via 25 watts.
Most of them
if you get your phone, that's what they're going to come with.
My Essential does, your Samsung does, your LG does.
Yeah. My Pixel.
Your Pixel, that's right. Sorry, Rhett. So all of our smartphones are USB-C and they all charge via smart cables. We can't use those chargers on the Raspberry Pi 4, which introduces an additional $20 cost, which is $20 they weren't counting on the end user spending.
Yeah.
So while it's not the biggest deal in the world, and I can go on Amazon and I can probably buy just a USB brick that'll deliver 25 watts and then an A to C cable.
That's an extra.
It's an extra $20 that you need to spend in the developing world to get a desktop computer.
I mean, that's also your SD card size of what you want your 64 to 120 to 500.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So that's $20 you could spend elsewhere. That's $20 you can spend on a monitor.
Yeah. So
Goodwill. That's a really cool Pi case.
Yeah. That they only have 2 cases out there.
It's not the billet aluminum one, but it's a nice plastic.
Yeah.
Right.
So
actually, it beats turning the little package that the pies come into to a case.
Was kind of
I've never done that.
I've done it. Hell, I do it right now.
Someone else actually had a USB-C mishap too. Was actually the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch actually did the same thing.
Oh, did it really?
Or a very similar thing.
Yeah.
To where, it is not compatible with a USB-C cable.
Right. I think Nintendo's, I'm going to go out on a limb, was by design.
I was just pointing out.
They have a chip within their cable.
You idiot.
I know. Come on, John. They have a chip in their cable that does recognize as Nintendo, and the Switch recognizes that cable. If you try to plug a third-party USB-C charger into the Nintendo dock and then plug it into your TV, it says, please use the first-party Nintendo cable. It will not sync to your TV.
So then that might be why.
I think it was by design to force you to buy the $60 Nintendo adapter rather than the $20 Amazon adapter.
Yeah.
Well, Rhett, I stand corrected.
Right. So I think you were both kind of right. It is not technically to spec, but I think it was by design by Nintendo to do that.
Well.
So
but
Nintendo's the real jerk there.
Yeah.
Right. And again, who wouldn't want to charge $60 for a USB-C charger, which probably costs you about $6
Yeah.
to produce in China.
If that.
Strovia.
Nastarovia.
Nastarovia.
We already said it.
Yeah.
So.
You guys, we're trendsetters.
It's because
Oh.
Yeah.
Steve
So
doesn't
anyway-
hate Gilgamesh nearly as much as you do.
I hate him with a passion. I took the brewery tour. I know what goes on with that beer.
They literally have rats swimming in the
Yes.
vents over there.
No wonder it tastes so unique.
and mold on the grain
Yeah.
silos.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they
and-
actually do.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's not like a taste concern that I have. It's I would like to continue living.
I mean, we're drinking
Well,
living, growing
To
organisms
be
anyway.
fair, there are some.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be
fair.
fair.
Your pinky was not nearly far enough for that, my friend.
To be fair, do continue.
So like
My good sir.
molded or fermented, or sometimes there's a with barley, it will create LSD.
Yep.
So there could be
That's why you like it.
potentially
Probably.
a 6-pack of
Microdosing
Gilgamesh. One
LSD.
bottle might have a little bit of LSD in it.
So,
I'm all for it. Thank
Rhett's-
you. Silver
Rhett's-
lining.
Rhett's watching those bad movies. Oh my god.
Can you believe that they decided to do that?
The makeup is so realistic. Oh no!
And they weren't horrible movies, but they were like not great.
Wait, is his face actually melting?
Which
Or-
movie was it?
So we watched so we did like movies like Conan the Barbarian.
That's
we
a
did
great movie. What are you talking
right,
about?
Wait, the first one or second one?
That's
Conan
Conan
the
the
Destroyer.
Destroyer is the second
Yeah.
one.
Conan the Destroyer is a hot steaming pile of garbage, but you look at it, it's rated PG, not rated R.
Yeah.
The original
Conan the
one
Barbarian
is
is rated R.
amazing.
It is.
And it's technically a B sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it is. That's what we were going for. Was
Yeah.
B.
So you're just going for B movies.
Yeah, so like Highlander was one that we did.
Yeah,
as well.
Highlander was still pretty good.
So-
Like
I
we
don't
tried to
think
watch
you
one good movie, which was Goodfellas.
There you
that's
go.
a great movie.
Yeah, we
great.
spent the whole podcast in silence.
They're like, oh, I gotta
watching
pay
the
This
attention.
is a
movie.
good movie.
I have
Yeah.
nothing to complain about.
Yeah. So then we switched to like we did like Conan, we did Highlander, we did like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That was.
Oh, yeah.
That's a horrible A movie. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easy movie to talk over
Oh, yeah.
and get drunk while
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Movies like that.
So I've got to say, a couple of years ago, I say a couple, it's like 8 or 9 years ago, Daniel Tosh on Tosh.0 did what he did spoiler alerts. He did that whole segment
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
spoiled an entire movie, in which he spent like 40 minutes to an hour telling you why a movie sucked.
Yeah.
Which you might as well just go watch the movie and figure it out for yourself at
Yeah.
that point.
Sure.
He did a spoiler alert for Tiptoes.
Never seen it. Never heard of it.
Tiptoes is a movie with Matthew McConaughey,
Oh,
Kate
we talked about this at PAX.
Kate Beckinsale,
Oh,
we
that's
talked
right.
about this
did.
driving
We
back
talked
on
about that.
Peter-
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
I mean, you go down the list. There is A-listers
We
across
We
this
watched.
movie.
Yeah.
We watched the trailer for this
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
I have the DVD.
Are we gonna
Really?
watch it live?
We may end up watching.
That must be one of like Peter Dinklage's first movies or something.
no,
like
no,
that. No.
no. It's been. It was 2003. I want to say.
2003.
Yeah.
Elf
That's
came
early,
out right
yeah.
before.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Maybe.
Oh,
Okay.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah,
Gary Oldman's
Oldman.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
Because
actor,
aren't
yeah.
they like brothers? Like Peter.
Yes.
Somebody. Peter
Uh,
Dinklage
no.
and like.
Matthew McConaughey and Gary Oldman are brothers.
okay.
Now Matthew McConaughey, go watch Tosh's because this is way better. His name is like Ryan or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like this buff tan surfer, blonde hair,
Matthew
whatnot.
McConaughey.
And he's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. And then and they're like, well, what do you they're pulling him out of the womb and like, well, what do you name him? We'll name him Ryan. Okay. Well, you have another baby. He's a twin. And he's gonna be crippled. He's gonna be a dwarf. He's gonna be in terrible pain his entire life. Have all these abnormalities. He's gonna be in physical therapy for the majority of his life. Well, we'll name him Rolf.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was trying to remember his name.
And so Gary Oldman is trying to play the role of a little person, and he's literally
Oh, he's on his knees.
He's on his knees, or he's sitting,
I've
or he's
heard-
sitting on the
yeah.
couch, and he's doing this.
Yeah.
He's
That's
like T-Rex
right,
arming.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I remember
I
that.
just I
Anyway.
remember we talked.
So
That
we
was-
need to watch that movie.
That
sometime.
was on the clip from PAX on
Yeah.
the drive home video that
Yeah.
will never
Yeah.
make it to the light of day.
We
unfortunately.
got a super chat.
Yes.
Yeah. Love everyone. They take a sip. They become more talkative. Good old alcohol, making the unsociable sociable, like myself. By the way, Johns are the best. Except He spelt your name wrong.
Yeah.
Oh well, whatever.
John's name is
J-O-N. He doesn't have to compensate with the unneeded H.
That's
Yeah,
right.
just like me.
Yeah.
We're two kindred spirits.
So I think we should probably switch to something a bit lighter.
So, yes.
Yeah. Also,
Something
can we
lighter.
get to
We've got the all
it's
day IPA.
9:30. We're not even to Star Trek. We're not even to.
So,
I know.
well, we only
But
got
we're-
like 2 more articles.
We're already into games and entertainment.
Yeah, and we only
So-
have what 2,
We have 3 articles.
3
and we'll talk
articles,
Star
and
Trek.
2 of them are pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even this one's a pretty quick one.
All right, back to ale.
Hey,
So-
also, I think it was Skull. Whoever provided the Bourbon County apologized for providing it. Did somebody provide that?
No, the Bourbon County was excellent.
No.
No, for making it strong.
Oh no.
Oh,
that's
for
right.
making
No.
don't apologize
No.
for that.
What are you doing?
He's drinking
This
it.
this
He's not
happens.
sharing.
He doesn't have to drive anywhere. He's just like,
Well, yes, he does.
oh, he does.
That's right, he does.
So
No. No.
So, but speaking of actually the Switch, we were talking about the Switch
Yes.
earlier.
Yeah.
So go ahead and
Good
jump forward.
segue.
But the Switch, though, it's been rumored for a while now that they were going to come out with a much smaller, lighter version.
In
Yes.
fact, I believe, did we do it on the show?
Yes,
we did
I think you and I talked
predictions,
about it.
And I predicted, although I said before summer,
Yeah.
that they would do a big price drop. Well, I think a new product price drop scenario.
Similar, yeah.
It's
I was close.
It's a Switch for $199.
Yeah, it's a Switch. Essentially, what I think this is probably going to replace their whole handheld system. I bet.
Well,
Why not?
I mean, essentially, the Switch kind of was. I mean, already.
Well, yeah, but
it
it's
was supposed to be a combo.
So the Switch is coming out with the Switch Lite. It's coming out this year, real soon. I forgot.
August.
August.
So
So it is a $199, $200 price point. It is going to be a solid, basically small, a solid handheld item. Clinky, everyone, clinky,
The clinkety clinkety.
clinkety,
Thank
clinkety,
you to you.
clinkety to you. Thank you, everyone. So it's going to be a little bit smaller screen. So the original Switch is 6'1", 6'2", something like that. This is going to be a 5-inch screen, 720p. The handles do not come out. It is.
So this is a handheld.
This is a
It's strictly
handheld. This
handheld,
is strictly handheld. It does not stream to your TV.
Does not sync to the TV. Does not have the removable Joy-Con. It is
Yeah.
just a 5-inch handheld. It's like a cell phone with a game.
So it's
controller on it.
basically
It's
the
a tab-
Game Boy
it's a-
Switch.
It's a game.
But it looks more like a Neo Geo.
Yeah, it looks more like a Game Gear.
Or,
Game Gear, yeah.
But thin.
Or the original Game Boy Advanced. The,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit bigger screen than that. Well, the original Game Boy Advance kind of had more of a Super Nintendo vibe.
Yeah, a little
get.
bit.
There you go.
There we
There's a
go.
picture.
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
So yeah, looks the same size. It's a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter.
This is literally the new Game Boy. Yeah.
That's
This is literally
what
the
I
new
was
Game
saying.
Boy.
This is the new Game Boy. I'm betting Nintendo will probably go away with the whole Game Boy system and just focus on this.
Well, they've kind of said that the 3DS is kind of a dying platform.
Yeah.
They've said as much, and if the Switch being released wasn't any more of an indicator, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
The
No.
Switch was pretty like genius when you think about it. It's like, here's this next gen console and you can put it in your house
Yeah.
or take it on the road.
Right.
Like when you guys brought yours to PAX or whoever's that was,
Yeah,
like,
I
that was the
had
first
ours.
time I'd
Yeah.
ever seen
I
it.
had a lot of fun playing with
Yeah.
it.
And it blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you could just sit at the kitchen table and play
And play.
this? Like
Now-
if I was a kid, I would never have left
Yeah.
the house. Except
Now-
I would have with the Switch.
With the Switch. Now, they are saying, though, if you do have the joysticks, they will sync up to this.
Yeah, you
So
can
if-
still use these as multiplayer.
Yeah, so if you have Mario Kart, although I don't know how they're going to see the screen because then someone's got to hold the screen, and if you're
Yeah.
playing Mario Kart, I just do this.
Well, are you sure that that this can't hook up to a Switch who's got Mario Kart and then they get their own screen?
like a little bit
I
of,
don't know. I don't know.
little
I don't
bit
know
of
if that can
WLAN.
hook up to
Yeah.
another Switch. But I'm betting the way they're saying is
Like the
if
old
Jeff
SD
just
link.
brought his
Yeah.
controllers and
Yeah.
I had that, we could at least play multiplayer.
Yeah.
Two player on that little tiny
Oh yeah, and
screen.
it is a
And it is a
five
smaller screen.
smaller
than the
screen,
Switch.
and there's no kickstand, and so essentially I could cheat Jeff and just be like, you can't see anymore.
Right.
However, maybe it punishes you for doing that.
Don't know how.
I don't know what it is having
They,
acceleration.
they,
Electric
they
shock
actually,
therapy.
well, they took the rumble pack out,
Yep.
and the battery life is they said will increase by 1 hour.
Yep.
So they're basically expecting a better CPU wattage system. How that's going to work? They're saying you can get at least 3 hours of Zelda play,
That's
full on Zelda play,
It's not
3
bad.
hours solid.
Well, that's pretty good because I'm on the toilet about an hour and a half. My legs are
Depending what you
Well,
eat.
you got
So,
your
that's
90-minute
okay.
morning constitution.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
of course, you got to hit it before you're done with work.
Yeah,
so-
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't like my toilet works. I don't like the toilet at work. I'll hold it till I get home.
What?
I will hold
Boss
it.
makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
Right.
No, because ours is like looks like a mall. Like when you go into a public toilet, it's just a mall. So there's stall with like 2-inch cracks and
Whatever.
But
You
still-
guys all
and
heard my.
there's one bathroom for like 300 people.
Free toilet paper, though. You don't have to pay.
That's an
for
OSHA
Yeah,
violation.
You can use as much toilet paper as you want.
That feels like
Yeah, but one ply.
sandpaper. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that means you could double it up.
Mine
It's
mine
free.
feels
It doesn't
like a
matter.
Just
Just
bring your
air.
own little pocket wet wipes.
If
I-
you
You
know,
a bathroom rookie?
if you know origami, one ply can become as many plies as
Some
you
of us don't crap in the woods, right?
Yeah, well, some people need more than just a little toothpick.
A square spare.
A square. I'm gonna be sitting there like this the whole
Well,
time.
what's that like
Squeaky,
that
squeaky,
thought
squeaky.
experiment? Like, you know how paper can only fold in half
So
seven
seven,
times?
seven,
eight,
eight,
seven.
8, 7, 8, 10,
Seven,
7,
whatever time it is. But if you could do it like, I think it's like
It's
16 times or something, it would actually reach to the moon.
yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I've heard that.
My math is probably way off, but
So, but yeah, that's Nintendo news.
Yep. What do you guys think of video games coming to the big screen?
I think it's dumb. I
Like the
never
new
think
Mortal
that it's
Kombat?
worked. The
For
only
the-
time it's worked is with Wreck-It Ralph.
Like Halo,
Okay,
Warcraft.
no, Wreck-It Ralph wasn't
a video game.
However,
They made a video game for promotion for it.
I'm saying, but the idea of like video game for big screen has never really worked outside of a movie like Wreck-It Ralph.
Mortal Kombat, the first one.
is amazing, but it's so bad.
Okay,
It doesn't age well.
doesn't
Why
age
would you
well
name
at all.
Mortal Kombat but not
It is
Mario
the-
Brothers?
Oh god.
Mortal
Now-
Kombat is the best video game movie, but it doesn't age well at all.
No, it does not.
But is the first one or second one better?
Oh, the second one, hands down.
No,
Yeah,
the
I
first
like
one was
the second
better.
one. The second one's so
First one was
cheesy.
better.
You get
First
like
one
some
was better.
amazing like world building stuff with like
number
those
one.
balls
Yeah,
that
no,
roll through
number
the center
one.
of the earth.
But yeah.
Anyway,
But
games you didn't expect to land on the big screen or have their
Or-
own syndicated television show.
Right.
Yeah.
like the Mario Kart Brothers
Cuphead.
hour.
No, Cuphead seems to make sense.
No,
Does
it
it
does.
though?
It does
No,
not.
it was. All the animation in there was hand-drawn animation.
And it's Steamboat Willie style animation.
Yeah.
So
I don't
here's
see
my
Very stylized.
My problem with video game concept idea, fantastic, because it feels like I'm controlling the cartoon. I don't want to watch Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
I would not watch a 12 episode of this cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Controlling
about,
it. Yes, I would. I would control it.
What about that Futurama episode where they had those different types of genres?
I skipped that one.
Oh, that's
skipped
oh,
that-
that's
shut
fun.
I
up.
skipped
No,
that
you
one.
didn't.
I
That
skipped
was
that
the
one
best
all the
ones.
time. No, because that's second to last episode.
Yeah,
It was
was.
still very
It's
good. I
no,
thought.
you
It was
back-
good.
And
I thought I
actually,
liked
the
it.
best one is when they do the Japanese animated, that little 5 minute.
That was
Yeah.
pretty
That's
funny
the
too.
best one.
But they went through different types of
They
styles.
did, but it's
However,
not a good episode.
It has nothing to do with the animation. It has everything to do with the fact that they, time and time again, they've fallen flat. Like, does anybody have high hopes for this Witcher adaptation?
a little bit. I have a little.
Yeah,
I have a
do.
little.
Okay, well,
Only-
you've
only
been
because-
fooled
No,
a
you-
million
no,
times, haven't
You know what actually is really good? Have you watched the Netflix series Castlevania?
Yeah,
That's
that's,
you're
that's,
right. That
an
is
animated.
true.
That's an
You're right.
animated.
But that's an animated style,
Yeah.
and they make it very adult themed.
Yeah, you're
so
right. That's a
that
pretty
one's
good
actually
one.
really good.
Sure.
Because this is Steamboat Willie, I'm betting they're gonna try to make it a bit more adult-esque because it's adult
Right.
video game. That animation is just not gonna fall through.
No, I
mean,
think
Red-
it'll still be unique.
Red vs. Blue worked, but also that was like,
That was using the medium as a forms of
Yeah,
creating
animation, yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
an animation.
No, I bet Cupheads or whatever, one season done.
Well, no, we'll see.
it seems like a bold risk for Netflix, but honestly, like, as the Netflix originals have continued on, I've just been routinely, like, disappointed by them.
Netflix buys
wait,
anything.
and here's the thing. Go back to your Witcher argument. So you think Witcher's going to be good, but Witcher
No, I don't
Witcher is
think it's gonna
not
be good.
based on a video game.
It's based on a book.
It's based on a book.
However,
and they're going to go
the
back to
whole
the book
aesthetic
material.
they're basing on the video game.
No.
No.
This is a prequel. This is actually based before the video.
Right, but I mean,
Before
like when you see
Geralt.
Yeah.
when you see the picture of Geralt for the screenshot that they just released.
Oh
it
yeah.
looks like a video.
It looks like that, but the story wise is
Sure.
all
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. I mean, because the story and the games were good to begin with anyway. So if you're
The
going to watch
Witcher-
the thing,
But they were actually stating that if you played the games and watched the movies within them, it gives spoilers through the books and the series, so you actually know what's going to happen.
I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm just saying.
So,
that...
all right. Next.
So
So what's Steve and I? Oh, sorry. I messed that whole batch up.
you did.
I apologize.
So what about games becoming or cartoons becoming video games? Because
This is the complete opposite. Right?
this one caught me off guard.
Yeah.
This is stupid. This is stupid.
I thought this was kind of clever,
no,
actually.
this is stupid.
thought
I
it was
mean,
kinda
I
stupid.
hate
Stupid.
Blizzard, so it's
I
off to
thought
bad.
this is kind of funny.
Stupid.
So basically, I don't agree with the price point. I think it should be free.
Yeah.
But basically, Blizzard has released a StarCraft downgrade, so you can play StarCraft as a cartoon now with a low price of $19.99.
That seems kind of fun, but it should just be like
It's
a
ni-
mod
I
that
thought
you
it was
can add.
$9.99.
I agree. I think it's kind of a fun concept.
$9.99.
It's $9.99.
$9.99.
I'd play it for
Did I say
$1.99.
You said 19.
No, I
No,
said
I'm pretty
No,
sure
you
said
said
19.
19.
It sounded
said
like you
Well,
said 9
whatever.
right in my ear.
In
But-
my
but-
head,
I
I said
defend you.
$9.99.
I defend you, sir.
Thank you. But yeah, this is
Rewind.
Luckily, we're recording.
We'll find out
Never
tomorrow.
mind.
Hit us in the comments below.
But yeah, this is technically a downgrade because this is a cartoony looking version of StarCraft, which I think could be fun.
I'm not going to play too much of it.
Yeah, and I think
Are we gonna get taken off YouTube?
No, you got to fast forward toward the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the intro is just...
yeah. See, I mean, I think like that
No,
right
it's
there, that
fun.
could be
It-
fun.
It looks like a browser-based.
It
Right.
Yeah, it looks like browser or cell phone based game.
And it should be free. It should be a free mod. It should not be $10.
What I thought would have been really cool is if they made this a skin that you could play either or. So you remember how
Yeah.
like LucasArts did the reimagined Monkey Island,
yeah,
and
you
you
could
could
switch
switch
between the two.
on and
Yeah.
off. That would be fun here. I would
Yeah.
be playing regular, and someone else could still have it and not have that mod, and
Right.
I can switch between the two.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
So this absolutely looks like a 90s era
Yeah.
computer animation cartoon.
Right.
We're all familiar with the old Flash animations, the old Frog in a
Yeah.
Blender,
Yeah.
and things like that. That's the animation style
Yes.
that this reminds me of.
Yeah.
And so it's very reminiscent of the time that StarCraft is from. Remember, StarCraft is 23 years old.
It is
Oh,
very
yeah.
old now.
90s.
This is not a new game.
And this requires the remastered version of StarCraft.
Right.
Yeah, you can't have the original version of StarCraft.
Blizzard with another money grab.
This is an obvious money grab by Blizzard. I think it's a good idea. I think the price point is not worth it.
No, $199 mod. That's what it should have been.
That's why I think when I
Yeah,
I think
$199
mod.
mod. Sure. However, I don't even have StarCraft remastered, so
Yeah, and then you got to buy
I do.
$25.99 mod.
I've got it.
Remastered.
yeah, we're gonna land after this, or
Yeah, right. Yeah,
We're
exactly.
gonna land after this. Yeah, of course.
get some BattleNet rolling.
God, now that would be a great a YouTube channel. You just a LAN party, but then you have everyone have cameras on them.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's it. Oh, we're going to this now. We're going
Finally!
to finally going to the
Finally!
news that's worthy.
All right, so let's finish this this all day IPA. By the way, this
By
was
number
Founders All Day
5,
IPA
number 6,
7, I believe.
7 of the top beers. Okay,
And to be honest, I kind of like it a little better than the other two.
Yeah,
so
I-
$1.60.
That's
Yeah.
Whoa.
Dollars, but it's only 4%.
It's 4.8.
Yeah,
But that's
4.8.
good.
This
and
is
it's
a session
so
It's a,
drinkable.
a session beer, and so,
Norway legal.
Norway
legal. Yes,
Yeah.
our friends. Super low calorie. I believe a single serving is 109 calories.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be in competition with the Bud Light, which is 90 something calories.
97,
97.
95.
So you're getting 10 to 15.
Heineken under
Yeah.
Which
100.
tastes way better than
So
all those.
you're
And I
you're
like how
getting
they give you a suggestion right in the name. They're like, drink it all day.
yeah. Well, and two, it's above
Well,
a pint. It's
if you do drink it all day, it kind of gets to
19.2.
the diet.
So you're just under that bomber category.
Yes.
For less than $2. This is a great lawnmower beer.
That's because Founders is the best.
Founders is good. I mean, we got KBS, and we tried to get CBS today.
How many
Yep.
beers on that list? There's like 4 beers on that list that were all Founders.
I think it was 3. Yeah, it's like 3.
You got
three.
CBS,
Yeah,
you got
Founders is a good
KBS.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the all day.
And the
it was all
original,
day, yeah.
and the original breakfast out. There were 4.
Yeah, 4.
Four
And so,
of
yeah,
the top 10.
Four of the top 10
So-
were
Now
Founders.
3 of them were the same beer.
Yeah. 3 of them were just different barrel-aged versions.
I will say I enjoy the all day IPA more than I enjoyed the Two Hearted. I will put the Heady Topper above because it was a little bit unique. There was some different flavors in it. It took a couple risks. I liked the flavor profile of that more.
yeah.
But this to me is a better or at least on par with the Two Hearted Ale.
Yeah.
Two Hearted
And
is pretty
that's
strong.
less than half the price.
Yeah, this less. I can get 2 of these for the same price of one of those, and I'm getting 3 times as much.
I liked the Alchemist.
This
It was
is
pretty good.
Ryzen.
I can get a 3700X, or I can get a 9900K.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I was gonna make that point, and you beat me to it, and you pissed me off with that.
You
I
go
had
ahead
it.
and go home.
Yeah. Just leave now.
The liquor's talking now, Jeff.
Before we get into this,
Okay, Mr. Leahy.
before we get into this, so we technically have 3 beers left.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so
With 3?
I still got one.
John has one left,
I have a very
and I have an
special
eye
beer.
on John right now.
I have a very special beer.
You have an ion, John?
Oh, that's
I
right.
have
You
a
do.
very-
I have an eye on
I
John
have a
right
very
now.
special beer, and if Rhett's planning has to leave, I'd like Rhett to
I don't
try
have to leave.
Well, you know what I mean. So
We're gonna be here another hour.
This is Bourbon County. We just had this, but this is the Goose Island Reserve Elijah Craig Barrel Edition.
So we all know the Goose Island Bourbon County Stouts. They're a seasonal beer that come out once a year. I've got a number of these in my fridge, and we all know them by the labels here. There's the standard Bourbon County Stout, which comes out once a year, and it's pretty much the same blend every year. And then they always add different flavor profiles to it. So the orange label on 2017 was a coffee stout.
Yeah.
I've got a blue label at home, which was a mix of a couple different flavors. You've got a number of
I
them
got
at
a number
home.
of them at home.
This one is the Bourbon County Reserve. This one is a very special collaboration. This one happens to be with Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig, and it's aged in 15-year-old Elijah Craig barrels.
Right.
12-year-old.
Is it 12?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
So aged in 12-year-old Elijah Craig bourbon
You just
barrels.
read the label.
You could have told me.
I do what all posers do.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is the Elijah Craig and Goose Island collaboration Bourbon County Reserve brand stout.
This gets probably one of the highest ratings I have ever seen.
So most of the beers that we've had tonight rate above a 4. The only one, and I'm talking about the Untapped rating, the only one that didn't was the Heady Topper, and that's a 3.98.
No. It was a 2.
Or the Two Hearted.
Two Hearted.
Two Hearted gets a
Two-Sharded.
3.98.
Yeah.
And I understand that. That was the worst beer of the night.
How is it number 1 from the home brew?
I still understand.
So I don't
I
know.
don't understand.
So
You guys are home brewers. How
This
is
is
that?
a
'Cause it tasted like a
4.6.
homebrew.
This is a 4.62.
yeah, this is closest
Really?
to perfection
Yeah.
as
Okay.
I have ever seen.
4.62.
Five.
Over like how many check-ins? Like
A couple
like,
thousand.
Couple thousand.
Yeah.
So
Couple
it's like,
thousand.
Yeah.
Are we all checking
So-
this in?
Oh well, I'll
I
check
should
them
go
all
look at
in,
it.
but
I mean, I will eventually.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
So
put
so
mine on
before we get too much further, before I crack this, 15.2%.
yes, there's that too.
This is my last beer of the night.
Yes.
I just can't.
That's why I wanted to say,
Okay.
John, my eyes are on you.
here.
I want
Let's
this
do
beer.
Yeah, let's do this now then.
I want this beer.
So,
I don't know if we'll get to the
5,000 check-ins.
Yeah.
5,000 check-ins.
Five
Because
thousand
nobody
check-ins.
else can afford it.
It's a $35 bottle.
Yes, that's what I said. 35
No
to
wonder
40
it's so
$40.
high ranked.
35 a pint.
This is like that movie, the Lupin the Third one, where they steal that wine.
I'm trying to hype you up for it, Red.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pour it.
Okay, you don't want to hype up too much expectation.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So-
He's gonna be
down the
like
road.
Vader's better.
Yeah.
Steve is on my wavelength tonight.
All right, are we ready?
I don't. Yes.
All right.
There goes all my money.
There it is. There it is.
Thanks, John.
I'm gonna be eating top ramen until August.
I only get 4 ounces of this beer.
Thank you.
Well, were you gonna drink it all by yourself? Maybe.
What would you
short
have done
pour
though?
yourself.
What would you have done while drinking all 16 ounces?
Cried in the corner.
Yeah.
This is so good.
That's good. That's good. Somebody else.
You can give it to me,
You
right?
go
So, tell you what, I'll do that.
There we go.
Well, I don't want much less than that. Jeez.
Oh man,
Just give me right to the top of that. Perfect. Perfect.
Right there.
Yeah.
this smells divine.
John, I'll pour it in the manner you're accustomed to.
That's right. Nice head.
Gonna get it all over your mouth.
Oh yeah. Kind of gets in my little stash.
I've only damaged one item on the show because of beer, and Steve was present for that.
Yes, I saw that.
There we go. What are you doing?
You top it off.
You all can split my remainder.
All right. Oh wow.
Hang on, nobody drink this.
I didn't drink. I was just smelling
It
it.
smells kind of like bourbon and molasses.
Wait a minute.
and
Molasses,
coffee and
definitely.
chocolate.
Oh, I'm definitely getting like morning pancakes.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Before anyone drinks it.
Cheers.
All right, cheers to
the men of craft computing.
100,000 K and 2 years.
2 years.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
For your
100,000 K.
100,000, or you know what I meant.
100,000.
100,000.
100,000 in
100K.
in
Yeah.
735 days.
Yes.
So, here's to the 2-year anniversary. Here's to the finest crew in Starfleet.
Engage.
And also to you all. You're part of our crew.
Well,
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I don't
wait,
taste
I have to have a moment.
Oh, man.
any booze.
That's smooth.
That's too.
That
easy
is
to
not
drink.
15%.
That's
That was
not-
good. That was good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
All right, anybody want the rest of mine?
Wow.
Right in here. Oh yeah, there's not a single burn. There's nothing.
It's not too syrupy either. That's the thing.
I've
with the
never-
other
It
ones.
is thicker
Yeah,
than
it's
this
very
one.
thick.
It's
Full
very
body,
It's, a
I
much,
call it.
it's very full body, but it's just wow.
I've never had my tongue orgasm like that.
Here's the thing.
This is unique.
I'm getting all the flavor in like the back quadrant of my tongue.
Yeah.
I don't get anything in the tip.
That is weird. I agree with that.
What I get in the tip is the alcohol burn.
I don't get anything.
I don't get
Probably
any
because
burn.
I get just a little bit of spice right up front.
I burned it all off with my habanero hot sauce.
Just right up front.
Oh.
When it hits my tongue, it sizzles a little bit. I will say.
Yeah.
But it's so smooth and it's not syrupy.
Yes,
exactly
no.
like you guys said.
I don't actually taste a whole lot of complex flavors.
No.
It's
Pretty straightforward.
It's very straightforward, but
A
it's
lot of bourbon.
But it's
Yeah.
so smooth. It's like I don't taste 15.2%.
You do like there is like a certain like almost like coating that you get with like that
Viscosity,
bourbon
yeah.
aged
Yeah.
bourbon barrel
Well,
aged.
you get that with most of those types of
Yeah.
beers.
Yeah, but I like it. That's what
But
I'm
yeah,
saying. It's like-
there is a reason this is $35, $40 a bottle.
I don't get anything on the tip. Rhett 2019.
Hashtag.
there's a reason they call me Rhett just the tip. Weizenfels. Rhett just
Yep,
the tip.
no,
Weizenfels.
This beer, I understand why it gets a 4.6.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is very good.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
not as good as Gilgamesh.
I wasn't gonna say that. I'm not a pretentious beer snob. I'm the opposite. I drink Rainier and enjoy it.
Although, have you gotten to try the new Pabst Extra?
I have had Pabst Extra.
Have you? Is it
Yeah.
any good? I
It's
haven't.
fine.
Is
Are
it?
there, are
But
there
here's the thing,
coffee
like-
Pabst?
Have you tried
Which we
coffee?
didn't talk
Pabst?
about
We
the coffee,
were
yeah.
going to talk about, but that was almost 2 weeks old. That was
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah.
used last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole thing. I haven't had the coffee. I've
It's only available actually in 5 states, so it's not available in Oregon.
Yeah, I think we have a friend.
They're like-
If you watch John's channel, our friend Chuck,
Yeah.
he was
Never
in
heard of him.
Idaho,
Something like that, yeah.
and I guess it was over there.
Yeah.
So they have it in Idaho.
yeah, because when I think of Oregon, I think people who hate coffee.
Yeah.
And beer.
Same with Seattle.
You're right.
Screw those guys.
So, yeah, are we still breaking down this beer? It's pretty good.
Yeah. Let's do it. Well, actually, it's funny. So Skull opened up the proprietor. I have
Yeah.
that bottle too.
The proprietor.
I have the proprietor. I have the same. So this is actually I didn't purchase this. I traded for this beer with our great friend Skull on the channel. Long time.
Long time follower.
Yeah.
Probably
Long-time fan.
within like 1-2 month follow.
Yeah, it was.
So
when I think
we-
of people that have been viewing since the beginning, it's
I
Skull.
I have a couple of people who say, "Wow, I followed you at 1,000 subscribers," and I remember their comments at that point. Now
did.
you were the first person on Talking Heads. so-
It took me like 10,000 before I even subscribed.
Yeah, he didn't give a crap.
I was part of the co-host.
Yep.
I still haven't subscribed.
I know. I checked.
I subbed right away. I was like, Jeff's gonna need all the help he can get.
Jeff was stealing my beer when he first started.
Yeah.
So
He's
I
still
was-
Me
stealing
too.
your
I
beer.
he's
had-
still stealing my
Wait,
beer.
I remember I went on to the first episode of Talking Heads, and he goes, and I pulled out my wallet, and he goes, "What are you doing? We drink free tonight."
That's
I
right.
was like, "What?"
Yeah, he drinks free, and we're not charging John either. We're not going to pay him.
So when craft computing started, I was leasing a studio space above John's bar.
Yeah.
John owned a tap house with 32 taps plus 4 homebrew taps plus a little bit of wine. Great place to drink beer because John always bought good
It
stuff.
was the best in Salem.
Thank you.
It
I will
absolutely
say,
was.
as an
It
impartial
was.
judge.
Now, I did pay for some pints at at Capital Tap Room, but not very many.
That's for sure.
So the agreement was I was running an operation where I would bring in customers to John, and John would grant me lease space to do whatever I wanted to do, and you scratch my back, I scratch yours, kind of thing. I think I drank way more beer than the lease delivered.
Probably.
Very easily. I was fine with it because half the time I like push the beer that wasn't selling on Jeff, like, here, drink this.
Right.
It's beet sour beer, Jeff. You're gonna
that was
like
disgusting.
it.
That was
That with the coffee cider was.
Oh, that was the horrible.
Yeah, that was like when John wanted to do a beer vlog, and he's like, "Let's talk beers," and we drank only pumpkin beers all night.
That was. I still have. So I did that on one of those 3D cameras.
Yeah.
I still have that video. I am beet faced.
Yeah.
If we can get that sound.
Because
effect.
it was Salem Beer Fest.
It
was like Brewfest or whatever.
It was the Winter Ale Fest,
Yeah.
and I didn't have tickets, and one of my customers, a loyal customer, was like, "Hey, I have a spare one.
Yeah.
Here's a couple bucks." I ran over there, wasted all my tokens within like an hour and a half, came back, and was like, "Now let's finish all these pumpkin beers." And I was ordering like 4 or 5 pints in of 11, 12%
Yeah.
beers.
Yep. I did try to do a beer vlog at the Fort George Festival of Stout, Festival of the Dark Arts.
The dark arts,
yeah.
yeah.
I got about 3 beers in, and that went completely out the window. Because I believe the average ABV for about the 50 breweries that were there was 12.5%.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that Vlad?
That is Vlad. Take a
Vlad!
bump.
Oh my
Vlad!
God, he's back.
Welcome back, Vlad. $2
God,
donation. He has some helpful advice. Take a bump if you need to drive home.
Well, we
Oh,
all
I
have to drive.
I
home.
forgot.
Cops love that.
I had that hangover cure stuff. Dang it! I
Is
forgot
it
to
too
bring.
late to have it now?
Oh, the coconut water beer?
No, it was on Shark Tank. It was called Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
And they said it was like, oh, this will cure your hangover, and the guy swore up and down it, and Mark Cuban was like, basically, F off and get out of here.
Yeah.
And so they were selling a bottle of it for $1.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, if you buy the first bottle, we'll give you $1. And I might have had one too many when I bought it at 3 a.m., but it came in really quick, and I was going to bring it because it was just enough for the 4 of us to have.
Oh, okay.
Because I figured with all of this...
Well, aren't you supposed to have a whole bottle for?
No,
effect,
you're
or-
three pills.
Okay.
Yeah.
3. All
Oh,
it
so
is.
it's a pill.
It's yes.
it's a pill.
It's essential vitamins, minerals, and
See, that's
and,
I don't buy that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
again
Yeah,
why
Because
Mark,
I do agree that when you drink too much, you do lose some essential vitamins and
Yeah.
minerals. But
most of it's water.
Most of it's water. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to replace that. You need to replace liquid and electrolytes.
By the
and
way,
minerals.
I have been hydrating all day long. I've drank
I
nothing
did
but
too.
Gatorade and
I
water.
did too.
Not me.
oh, I
Yeah.
drink a
I
half
have-
gallon
I
of
have no
water.
idea.
Water
What to
and tea.
Yep,
And,
a lot of tea.
My own
as well.
urine.
I drank like
John
Harry Potter
Bear
guys.
Grylls.
Yeah. It's barrel aged, right? Barrel.
Let's get into the big news of the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you stayed this long, this is the most epic news.
Ba, 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 ba,
Ba, ba, ba. Da-da-da-da-da, ba, ba, ja, ba, ba, ba.
They are going to use this for the. They're not going to use this for the news series. They aren't. And
Are
I'm
you
disappointed.
sure?
In it.
Also,
I wish
It's
they
going to
would.
be the
Yeah,
flute.
No. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually do some variation of that.
No. They
better,
in the
because it's-
original teaser trailer they did. It was the flute. It was
That,
it
or
was
his
Picard-
little.
Right. Right, but that's a.
And
promo.
that was it. And that was
That's
it.
a promo.
Right.
That's a
Yeah.
promo.
however,
And
I'm
I'd
more,
be fine
I'm more
with ending
concerned about
credits.
what was going on this half of the studio because
Mine
the good half was singing and the bad half wasn't.
No. It was more of like,
How
wow,
do you
that's
sing to an
extremely,
instrumental?
Yeah, extremely off key.
With
and
your
it's like-
voice.
You
same
find
way
the
in
French
Jennifer.
horn part and you own it.
Or wait.
If
all I was
it's
picturing was
DS9,
Riker
you
doing.
if it's DS9, you play the lead. So think of that.
Yeah. So next time,
I
you guys
was-
get your game on.
You got another super chat.
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Another
Vlad.
super chat.
From Vlad.
A line will sober you up enough.
That's
drive
not how
to drive,
drugs work.
boys.
No.
That's not how drugs work.
Actually, I think we did miss another super chat like after Vlad. But anyways,
Now let me clarify. I still own the house. We're gonna stay here a couple hours and after party,
Yeah.
not drinking, but like drinking water and chatting and whatnot. So don't worry about us. We're fine. I do not condone drunk driving. Screw you if you drive drunk. We don't do that here.
Yep.
Yeah, we typically...
We'll stay here
once,
hours.
Once the camera turns off, we're typically here discussing stuff
Like
for
90 minutes minimum.
Yeah, and drinking water.
Drinking water, right.
Way too long.
Except the one time you and I got more drunk.
Yeah. Okay,
Wait, one time?
2 times. One of which killed my keyboard, the other which killed a bottle of vodka.
Although, kind of slightly spoiler, the Jeff possible new studio of Talking Heads, you guys could do that all night long.
That's right.
That's true. Because where
Jeff
is staying right now is literally like a block and a half.
We're about 100 yards from each other.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Walking distance.
Walking distance.
In fact, Jeff came over. We had a couple cocktails last night.
We had a couple Moscow Mules last night.
Except one of them wasn't a Moscow Mule. Why do you guys stretch the truth? I'm just kidding.
For simplicity, do I want to say 2 of them were Moscow Mules, we ran out of vodka, and I made a gin mule?
Being a dickhole.
They don't need more to the story.
Anyways, the news is...
Back to the news. John Wick
3.
4. Old man John Wick.
Old man
Bald
John
Wick.
Wick. Baldwick. The lesser known Baldwin.
I believe it's John Wick.
John Wick.
John Wick. Picard.
Anyway, so Star Trek Picard, we know it's coming. They were really cagey on the name. They said it's not going to be Star Trek Picard.
It is.
Okay, it's going to be Star Trek Picard.
Because everyone was pissed off. If you don't name it Picard,
They're like,
right.
We put all of our creative efforts into the show. It's called Star Trek Picard.
We know really nothing more than we did a couple days ago, except now there's a dog in it.
Yeah. That's a
Which
pit bull.
He looks stacked.
Yeah.
That boy is
Reddit,
thick.
Reddit would
he
call
works
him a
out.
unit.
It works out.
But why does he have... Okay, so we all know
I
that...
love the comm badge on the...
Yeah, I was going to say, why is there a comm badge and it's the old comm badge?
Yeah, I love the comm badge on the
because he has Alzheimer's and he can't remember. But if the dog
Is it
has
going to be an Android version dog where it's technically Data's brain
That's
in
what
the
I
dog?
said.
I know.
What?
I saw
What?
it.
Do you really think that?
That's the fan
No.
theory right now.
Is
That
it really?
that came out in droves.
Did it really?
wasn't you, and it wasn't you. I read that.
Oh.
I read that on Reddit yesterday.
That's
Okay,
the way
I-
around the aging.
I came that.
But here's the
That's
deal.
what I was thinking too, because Brent Spinner's way too old.
He's-
But no, but
But
he
he
says
can-
he's going to make an appearance.
He can voice the dog.
Wait.
It could be animated. They have
Wait,
Benjamin Button syndrome for androids.
Now, Data explained the gray hair in
did.
All Good
He
Things
did.
as I wanted to seem more distinguished and more
Right.
human.
No, I get
and so I
that.
grew gray hair.
So I
Now,
wanna
Brett
be-
Spiner is like 75.
What?
Okay, now hold on.
I want to
Wait.
be fat and wrinkly.
It's been 30 years. Of
I
course
know.
he's so...
Oh my goodness.
That's like $20.
No, officer. I don't
This
know
has been
why
Craft
I
Computing,
smell like-
episode 88.
It took 88 episodes.
Although
For 2 years,
I
100,000
feel like I
subs.
gotta accept the blame for being like Brent Spider's 75.
You did get Jeff worked up.
I really made him.
He
upset.
does get worked up
Here you
about
go.
Star Trek.
John, there is a red rag right there.
That's all yours, buddy.
I'm gonna bump.
So
I'm going to go full screen. There you go. That is $20 of beer in my crotch. Thank you, Rhett.
The best 20.
Hey, Rhett, you want to suck that out?
Yeah, don't worry, I got it.
Is the best $20 Jeff has ever spent toward his crotch.
Well, aside from
That's no lie.
we don't get to talk about what happened in Vegas.
Good Lord.
Wait, oh yeah, the unknown craft computing episode.
It's the blooper reel.
Yeah, the unknown. Yeah,
Rhett, I'm going to drink this, but I'm still pissed off at you.
fair enough.
Anyway.
I did not force you to knock that. Look, it's all on me too.
I know.
Can I get that rag?
Anyway, wait.
No,
Wait.
it's been splooshed.
Wait.
Wait.
Smell like a breakfast.
So,
restaurant.
I don't even remember the point I was
Stout
trying to
and
make.
pancakes.
Brent Spiner 75.
Brett Spiner 75.
Don't hand
and
off.
I said, wait, it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
Of course he's 75.
Yeah.
So the
Alright.
fan theory actually appeared yesterday that the dog is an android with Brent Spiner's consciousness in him.
Yeah.
However, remember,
Positronic net. I mean,
in Nemesis, Brett Spiner died.
Yes, but his third brother showed up. which then showed signs that
He sang "Walking on Sunshine."
yeah,
Yes. Okay. And also at the end.
And so did Fry's dog, but
At
didn't
the-
make him Data.
Okay, but okay,
And also, Fry's dog died.
This is not unprecedented, because in Star Trek, at the end of Star Trek: Wrath of Khan, Spock died, but before he died, he put his consciousness into McCoy, which manifests itself.
and
in
how many
Data.
backups?
Also-
On
did-
the Genesis.
and
Ball,
how,
Star
how
Trek
many
3.
backups does Geordi have of Data?
Also,
You'd be stupid not to back that up.
it's canon. Okay,
You gotta back that ass up.
we got
That NAS up.
Back that ass up.
we
That's
got
right.
the original
That's a
timeline,
t-shirt.
and we also got the Kelvin timeline. People talked about how this ties into the Kelvin timeline. Somehow.
So this only ties into the Kelvin timeline
Now I'm
because,
sticky.
because the very first
me
one.
too. I'm really sticky.
So in the very
Where's
first.
that rag?
I'm really sticky. Like my desk is sticky.
So the very first new Star Trek movie, the J.J. Abrams, when Romulus blows up, that's
Yeah.
still standard timeline. And then when
Right.
they travel back into where Spock and them are traveling, that's where it splits. So
Right.
in Picard, Romulus still blew up,
yeah.
and
Really?
that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's still standard timeline.
That
And
would
that's
be
why they say,
interesting.
and that's why they say, like, you were responsible for the single largest evacuation in
Oh.
Starfleet history.
So,
'Cause it
and-
has to do with he saved a bunch of people on Romulus.
Yeah, and so
Supposedly.
in if we remember in the original TNG or
That's right.
he has a lot of relations with Romulus,
Yeah.
with the Spock where he got tortured. He has a lot of relations.
Gulma set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
There are
That's
four
Cardassian,
lights.
actually. My bad.
but supposedly the blowing up of Romulus affects Picard so bad that he's for some reason drops out of Starfleet.
Right. And I know it's been a theme because the Romulans were the antagonist in Next Generation, even more so than the Borg. They showed
Yeah.
up a lot more than the Borg did, and the Klingons were at that point friendly.
Well, what was
the
it?
Borg had like 2
uh,
arcs, basically. Like, you had, like, the whole Best of Both Worlds arc, and
Yeah.
then... Oh,
You-
wait, was that it?
It was I think
no,
it was
and then
season,
after when they
season
sent
2 where they did those cryogenic people where the Romulans said, "Hey, we're back," and it was season 2, and a lot of stuff ended up roaming around Romulan.
Yeah.
Because I think the original series was like, "Oh, Romulus, the Romulans, they're hiding from us. They're constantly cloaked
Right.
in these warbirds, and they were a mysterious figure." And they stated in TNG that they've been cloaked for I forgot how many years,
Yeah,
Right.
it was a while. Yeah,
couple
yeah,
hundred
yeah.
years or something like that. No one's ever heard of them before. So I think that's why Picard, the whole idea of them, or his history is
Right.
rooted in Romulus.
And
That's kinda
again,
cool.
Picard and Riker both have deep histories with Romulus. Riker especially wanted
was
nothing
held
but peace with Romulus.
Yeah.
he was always reaching out and trying to bridge that gap.
He
What
was
was
trying
held
to reach
by-
out for anything.
Well, it was also what's it called? What was the first security? Tasha Yar daughter.
Right.
Yeah, she
Was
It
part
was
Romulus.
basically
Yeah.
Tasha Yar. She's like
It was
She
a-
was
it was
the
a
same
clone of
actress,
Yar.
yeah.
No,
No,
it was
it
her
was her
daughter.
daughter.
Or daughter.
It was her
Yeah,
daughter
daughter.
because she
Because
traveled
it
back in
was the
time.
same
Got
actress.
Yeah, she traveled back in
And-
time in
and-
yesterday's Enterprise.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then she was
For-
like,
force-
"Well, I want to have a life on Romulus."
Yeah.
And she did.
and she did, and
And
then
then
she had
a
a
daughter.
half daughter
Yeah.
who had
Half
pointy.
daughter?
It was
a full daughter
Well-
for her. That was half human, half Romulan.
Well, you didn't see her bottom half, so it could have been just a
It
half.
could have been a
dog.
cyborg half. You don't know.
Well, okay, you guys got me.
It has fangs.
Okay, wait. Actually, I'm
Oh,
curious.
no.
So there was an episode where Tasha Yar's sister appeared, right? Did so that was her aunt. Did they ever connect and like, hey, check out, we're still alive. We got family.
And she's like,
I don't know.
and then everybody's like,
How come
Tasha
no-
Yar's sister, your sister escaped this planet and had a really good life as an officer in Starfleet. You could too. And then she's like, no, I'm gonna die fighting as a terrorist.
Did she die? I didn't think she died.
I don't know.
I don't
She
know.
stayed behind, I thought.
Yeah, she stayed behind, but I didn't think she died. So that was like, she's her aunt, and so she has a niece on Romulus
Yep.
who's a spy.
Yep.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Anyway,
So anyway,
Picard.
Romulans
With the dog.
were more of the antagonists in TNG than the Borg or the
Yeah.
Cardassians or anything else were. It was
you
really
say the Cardassians?
I mean, it
The
was
like-
Kardashians.
Kardashians?
Cardassians.
Oh, I thought like Chloe and Kendra.
Cardassians.
I mean, they died well before the timeline of TNG.
Right.
There's
But
a lot of
The
plastic, so.
Kardashians could have brought about the Cardassians.
They have
There
about
we
as
go. Oh!
they have
We
about
don't
as
know
much
what the-
plastic surgery as Gold Ducat.
Yeah,
To be
well,
fair.
we
Right.
don't know what the future holds.
And they
We
are very
could get so
money-hungry
annoyed with them,
people.
Yeah.
We could be launching them into space.
Yeah.
In the
And
near
then
future.
so much plastic surgery
Gold-
Yeah.
that they look like the Kardashians.
I wouldn't be
Thus,
surprised
the hit sitcom
if
Keeping Up with
Kanye
the
West
Kardashians.
and whatever her face is, I don't remember her.
Kim?
No, it's not Kim. Chloe? No. What's the oldest one? Kanye's wife.
Kim?
Kim Kardashian?
I
didn't even pay
how
attention.
Jeff keeps
I don't even know. So
Also,
but-
Scott
but it-
says Yar was annoying.
But
Tasha Yar?
Scottish?
Tasha.
You said
Tasha
Scottish Yar.
I
I said
said
Tasha
I said
Yar.
Scott said Yar
Oh.
was annoying.
Like Tasha
She was.
Yar.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's third child will be named like Gold Ducat.
Well, I've been getting a lot of recommendations. I need to call my son Gold Ducat.
Or like DS9 because there was like North and West,
Yeah.
South
North
and East.
Ducat.
Yeah, and then now it's
Ducat.
DS9. Or no, what was what was the original Kardashian base called? Not
Tarek Noor.
Tarek Noor. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like Tarek Noor. We're gonna call her Tarek Noor.
Tarek North.
Tara North. There you go.
Tara North. Yeah. And then she gets sent into space, and that starts
Yeah.
the Kardashian.
That makes sense.
That
So-
makes sense. I think that's what's gonna
The
happen.
fact that this may exist in the original timeline definitely intrigues me. Even if it exists in the Kelvin timeline, it intrigues me.
I'm just
I
happy
don't care if
I'm
Romulus blew up or if Vulcan blew up. Or heck, maybe Vulcan blew up because of a redemption story out of Nemesis that he went back, that Nero went back in time and blew up Vulcan, but then Romulus blew up anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both would be cool.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but
As we know, time has a way of fixing itself and making sure that events still happen.
As we know, based on our real life experience,
It is
everybody.
known.
Of all my experience of time traveling, this is correct.
Yes.
You're
Which
telling
is-
me it's not like Back to the Future?
Well, all of my experience with time travel has always been forward, but you know,
no,
it's still
no.
coming.
All time travel is like Avengers. Your past is your future, and your
You-
future is your past.
Yeah. That's what I was going for with my Back to the Future. That's the Endgame quote.
No, he says it's not like Back to the Future.
You're telling me it's not like Back to the Future?
Yeah, that was stupid.
And then he says,
You have to quote Endgames.
That wasn't me.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you have to specify. Pete, this is just
What?
It has to be that. No, it's not.
I
it's
did
not,
specify.
No, you didn't. You
I didn't specify
Anyway.
before I said it.
It is 10:10. Do you want to get lost in Star Trek talk, which we can talk about like the 3 seconds of footage we have on
him.
this?
Or you know what I really want? I just want Picard to be in his vineyard bottling wine.
I just
And
want...
be like, I don't give a crap.
And maybe
I'm
he's got
bottling
like
wine.
an epic speech at the end of every
Oh,
episode.
Romulus, screw him.
Yeah. Oh, I'll make a Pinot Gris for them.
Yeah.
Here
He's
we
like,
go.
I
All
figured
all
out-
proceeds go to
I
help
figured
Romulus.
out how
The
to brew
Romulus
the perfect
rehabilitation.
Romulan
Well,
ale.
if it doesn't happen, you have a YouTube channel where you can get a Picard outfit. You can shave your head and you can review beer like Picard would.
Yeah.
If you want to.
They actually have, what is it called? Chateau Picard? Or
Chateau
whatever?
Picard.
There is
Chateau
a
Picard is a
real
real-
Chateau Picard.
There is a real shit.
That's
top.
why they
I thought
picked the
about
name
buying
Picard.
a bottle just
Yeah.
to have on the show.
It's 50, 60 bucks.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than some of the
Like
whiskeys you
I
got.
spent
It's cheaper than the Picard or 10-4
the-
vodka.
yeah, like I spent more than that on beer today. So
I spent more than that on that one.
anyway,
bottle that Jeff spilled.
do each of you have like a favorite moment from the last couple of years on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, several actually.
No.
They all
Not one.
sucked.
Not one.
It just happened a couple minutes ago when Jeff spilled beer all over Rhett.
Yeah. That was a first. So.
That's my favorite. That
It
is
took 2 years. Damn
a
it.
great one.
Also, somebody says, I'm out. I can't deal with this nerd talk anymore.
What was that comment?
What did you think you were clicking on?
Yeah.
Yeah, after 2 hours. I mean, there's
Yeah.
only so much news.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not only that, it's all nerd talk.
yeah.
We just delve into different facets of.
I'm
Right.
a nerd.
Anyway.
My nerd goes deep.
Yeah.
Anyway, any of you have like a favorite video, a favorite moment, a favorite
have a-
something?
I have a favorite week.
okay.
Favorite week?
January.
A
CES.
CES.
Okay.
CES. So there was a lot of fun stuff during CES that didn't get filmed. There was some stuff that even got filmed that never even saw the light of day. Like
You're
me
talking
slightly.
PAX.
Oh, was that okay?
That was
so I'm
PAX.
I'm
talking
talking CES. You weren't there.
I
Don't
was
steal
there.
that thunder.
PAX.
PAX.
PAX was fun.
There
PAX
was a
was great.
great sandwich shop moment at PAX.
Yeah.
Packs that we did. That's CES.
Yeah,
That was the drunk intro that Jeff tried to shoot.
This wasn't drunk.
This wasn't drunk.
No,
This was
the
walking
intro.
around. Well, we were drunk a couple hours later.
Now be careful, Jeff. You can put a copyright strike on
I
yourself.
can.
Yeah.
if you
I'm
show too
about
much
to
of this.
content ID myself.
Yeah.
Can you really do that?
I'm going to claim half of my monetization.
Freaking. I just imagine YouTube being like, "What are you doing?"
So, what was your favorite moment of CES, right?
There was a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great moments that
fruit trip to
weren't
Vegas.
filmed. What's fun is watching this takes me right back to us filming it. You know, I loved.
We were on the bridge between Treasure Island and basically the Trump Hotel, but the little mall front that's out front.
So whatever. I loved meeting up with Tech Yes City.
We met up with Brian from Tech Yes City about an hour after filming this.
Yeah.
And we had, we'll call it multiple beers with Brian.
Yeah.
We'll call it multiple.
That doesn't save us from. Oh, there's me looking at
Yeah.
lollipop. I loved
14.
also hanging out with Andrew from
Gigabyte.
not Gigabyte. Oh well, yeah. There's two Andrews.
Well, there's an Andrew from Fractal and there's an Andrew from
Fractal
Gigabyte.
Andrew was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Me and Andrew were talking about Phantom Menace.
Yeah, and Morrowind.
and a lot of
And a
Morrowind.
lot of
Yeah.
Morrowind.
Yeah. And that was at Cat's party.
Yep.
From EK Water Cooling.
Yep.
And
Cat is awesome.
and then hanging out with Dave and Andrew from Gigabyte. That
Dave
was one of my favorite nights.
Dave from Alpha Cool.
Alpha Cool.
Freaking love Dave.
We went out to this sweet Prohibition bar and just hung out.
The bootlegger.
Bootlegger, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And we just hung out, drinking beers all night, and that was a lot of fun hanging out with those guys.
Yep.
All of the hanging out, this was fun, but also embarrassing.
This was one of my favorite moments from CES because we had already been here 2 days. We had been here 48 hours at this point when we filmed
dig
this.
the curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
So we filmed a bunch of stuff beforehand. We both filmed a bunch of B-roll, and then this was day 0. So this was Monday night. This was after the NVIDIA press conference and after before AMD had announced. But there had been an MSI, a Gigabyte, and an NVIDIA press conference, if I remember correctly. And so I wanted to get Rhett more involved in on-screen camera time because he's going to be here covering this event with me. Let's get him involved in the on-screen stuff. And so I did the first couple stories, and I just kind of rattled things off. And then I said, Rhett, you're going to read this story. And he goes, okay, cool. And so I had this list of notes out in front of him, and he goes, so Intel announced the 9900K, and boy, let me tell you,
First of
it
all,
looks really cool.
They did not announce the 9900K. Shut up. He makes it look a lot worse than it was. But I will say,
You can look at the video and watch for
see-
yourself.
Yeah, let's see what happens when it's my turn.
Yeah.
I will say, I earned a whole new respect for the technobabble that Jeff was able to spout.
Okay,
off.
hold on.
Are we gonna? Do we have audio?
I have audio.
No, we don't.
I do have audio.
Mobile chips. These are the full desktop chips with full RTS core counts.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
You're screwing it up.
The takeaways for me was the GS70
Hold on.
Yeah.
XQ
Look at the
design
perfect editing
that
he
fit
did too.
There you
Final
go.
Fantasy 15 aside. NVIDIA also announced
There you go.
2070 and 2080 variants for mobile, as well as Max Q design for that thin and light laptop design.
Wow, you're taking a lot. You're taking a cue from the old Shatner School of Acting there.
You know what?
Cute
design.
Oh, that thin and sleek.
Design.
Shit, there's only one word for this.
Design. You know,
The design is really design derivative, and the design is amazingly well designed.
Also, Jeff leaves out. I carried all the equipment. I was tired.
You know, I will say, so you run a podcast and you're gaming. When you're in front of a camera, it's actually a whole.
Yeah, it's completely different.
completely different.
When it's just audio, I find myself like, it's funny because like I do so much stuff and then I think like, oh, when I'm on camera I can't do that. and I have never had to think about that.
Oh
until
yeah,
now.
yeah. So
I've been doing it all day. I'm like stroking my beard.
I'll bring.
I do a lot of this.
Yeah,
I'll bring
a lot
people
of
to
this.
come and drink beer with me because they're like, "Oh, I want to do a beer video with you," and then they just deer in a headlight. They're deer in a headlight.
Like your video with Chuck, who's a very we all know Chuck.
Yeah.
Very boisterous,
Very
personable
loose.
guy,
Very loose.
very loose, very talkative guy. On your video with him,
Deer in a
it's
headlight.
just like
Deer in a headlight.
I don't know what to do. Man.
I don't know. Yeah, people get.
It's kind of roasty, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The truth is, you gotta ignore the camera, but also then you ignore the camera, and then I'm doing stuff like.
Yeah, but you also need to look into the camera.
Yeah.
But then you basically have to act like the camera's a physical person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was really hard. Here's the thing. I think if I had like 10 minutes with those notes, I could have recited them no problem.
Yep.
But we sat down and we're like, we got to get this done by this point so we can do this.
I want to be to bed by 11 o'clock because
Yeah.
we have to get up at 6
Yeah.
so we can make our first
We had to
meeting
sh-
with
so we can have our
whoever
first
on
gin and
Tuesday.
tonic.
We had to shoot, edit that night,
Oh, vodka
and then
on
get up at
Yeah.
really early.
I need my
the
vodka
next
on
morning.
it and screwdriver.
Right, so Monday we shot all day long. We then shot the wrap up Monday night. I think we started filming at 11. At 9. I posted the video at 11.
Yeah.
So that's the turnaround that CES demands. And to get that video content out first and to get a reaction, the NVIDIA press conference was at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We had the video reaction out at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. You almost need like a third guy just editing for
We
you.
need a guy editing.
Yeah,
and that's what it was.
I won't be there.
Yeah, that was tough. I will say though, like, it sticks out in my mind as one of the most memorable meals ever. We worked our asses off. I can't remember which day it was, but then we went to Five Guys and had burgers. Like, I'm not a big fan of Five Guys.
That was Thursday.
That was like
late.
the most amazing
Yeah.
burger.
No. The day
my
before when we
God.
went to Red
Five
Robin,
Guys?
we had that
Yeah.
burger
But
stack like that.
They got
Yeah.
a char burger down in Vegas too. Did you go to that one?
I don't know.
We didn't do charburger.
Charburger
It wasn't.
was
It
great.
wasn't.
And then
I
our
like
last
char
night,
burger over Five Burger.
our last
Right.
night, it was like, you want to go out?
No.
Pizza? Yeah. And then we watched Disenchanted all night or
Yeah.
whatever.
The Disney one?
No.
No.
The
The
Matt Groening.
Oh,
Matt Groening.
I think
Oh,
there's
Matt
like
Groening, the
Yeah.
Disenchanted on
there's
Netflix.
like a Disney kids thing called Disenchanted.
no Futurama Disenchanted.
Disenchantment.
Oh.
Disenchantment.
Oh,
I think
okay.
is the Futurama.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like Disenchanted is like there's
No,
like
sorry,
this
anyway,
kid.
yeah.
Anyway, it was a
Whatever.
great
Who
week.
cares? It was still great.
Well, the kid just died.
Steve, what do you got?
Yeah.
What was your favorite
Okay,
part?
I really enjoyed PAX. PAX was a lot of
That
fun.
was amazing. Yeah.
There was a lot of footage, unfortunately, that we did not get
A
aired.
lot of cutting room floor.
A lot of cutting room floor stuff. A lot of stuff of back and forth on the ride up and the ride back, which didn't really make
Yep.
the cut. Which I had a lot of fun with.
We had the amazing
Intro.
intro, or
Yeah,
outro,
yeah, we
whatever.
did that.
Like, we
That's
never used.
what I was complaining about.
That was
earlier.
so well done.
It was
Yeah.
so
Never
well
used
done,
it.
and then we're like, "Oh no, the mic
mic-
was off, so we gotta film it again." And I was like, "This is stupid."
It felt artificial.
It felt so
right.
artificial.
Yeah,
I was like,
felt
"Let's
good.
not do it
The
again."
first one was so good.
so
I was
good.
like, "This is it. This is how Hollywood does it, baby." I was like, "It's not hard."
Yeah,
Yo, James Cameron.
Yeah.
What up?
That's
we
right.
got this.
Let me see if I have any of
10,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I got this.
You got some
I can go
old
that
footage
deep.
over there.
The problem is also.
There we go.
Then there was your guys' car right up there. I heard was phenomenal.
Well, both the car ride up there and car ride
And
back
back.
was both
Yeah.
pretty fun.
And the car ride up, I think, was pretty locked in. Yeah, here it is.
I had some for my game.
Oh no.
Let's see, there's the original X-Men for,
oh no, sorry, I have a completed one. Hold on, I have one that I cut. That's just great.
Why don't we make?
Why haven't you released that to Patreon?
Right.
Give me the video. I'll edit it.
Where is it at?
I'll edit all the PAX footage. There's some gold in there.
Yeah,
There was some
there's
gold in there.
very
Where is
good
it
gold
at?
in there.
There's CES. Gosh, where's the PAX footage at? I know I've got it.
He's not the only one.
Hey, Craft Computing's alive, everybody.
Gosh, where's it at? I know I had it.
Right, you get none.
No, I'm fine. Thank you, though.
I know, I'm searching on my, Yeah, a lot of this is raw footage.
Yeah, the raw footage, I mean, some of the stuff driving up was like a lot of...
It's just a lot of conversational
Yeah.
stuff. This is one of these is where we talked about that movie Tiptoe or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the way back because I think I was in the back seat when we talked about Tiptoe.
No, I think I was in the backseat both on the way up and the way
Yeah,
back. 'cause
you
you
were.
get car sick. or something like that. I don't know.
No,
what
I was
Motion
in
sickness?
I was in the back seat on the way back.
This tastes
Were you?
weird.
Yeah.
it doesn't taste like normal KBS.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, I do get car sick, but would I use that like total wimp excuse? Like, I have to have the front seat.
I'd let you have.
I
it
didn't
anyway.
call
Okay.
shotgun, so
I'm pretty sure I was in the back on the way back. but
Okay.
I don't know though.
Yeah, I think you might have been.
Anyway, there's a great scene where there's a guy like hitchhiking on the side of the road, and I'll find the footage and I'll try to post it somewhere. I'll probably post it on Twitter. Anyway, so I'm like, there's a guy hitchhiking, and Brett goes, pick him up, and Steve goes, it's hey, I'm your Uber, and I said, get in the back, and I don't remember what was said next, but I said, I wasn't going to kill him. And Steve goes, I was just going to scare him a little bit with my knife. And it was absolutely great. I will post that footage to Twitter.
Okay.
Follow me on Twitter at Craft Computing. You will see that probably tomorrow sometime. I have that footage somewhere.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
There was so much fun stuff, and then what the problem was is that. You know, I think Jeff goes, we need some B-roll on the showroom floor. And then we all left the camera rolling.
Oh, no.
The whole time.
We had so much B-roll from
Yeah.
PAX.
I've got like 7 hours
Yeah,
a day.
I think
However-
we had like 0.001% actually made it.
Well,
into,
because
like,
you kept asking for, like, I need, like, shots of this, what we're going to review and walking around. So we're like, all right, click. Walk, walk, walk. Hey, this is the booth we're just looking. Okay,
Well, we all watched
let me B-roll this.
We all watched like E3 coverage on like G4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we're all imagining like the like fast stuff, like the
Hey, it's Adam Sessler here on the
Yeah.
G4.
yeah, and then like some cool music, and then it's like all these people going like
Well,
really
the
fast.
thing
Someone has to edit that crap.
Yeah.
Jeff was in there
now.
editing like, I got 30 minutes to edit before we have to leave, guys.
The thing with PAX though, it was so crowded. It was very
Yeah.
hard to get around things.
It was.
And there
It
were
was
times,
easier to get around in CES.
Yeah.
You
it was
lost
so
your
hard.
phone.
Yes, I did.
What?
I did lose my phone.
Yeah.
But I got it back.
Oh,
I didn't
what?
get
That
that.
happened though? I
Yeah,
don't
he,
know.
he
Yeah.
lost it. You
Yeah.
lost your phone in the
Upstairs.
non-segregated bathroom.
Yeah, the unsaved.
Oh yeah, I have a fun story for that. But anyway, also though,
Just the
for
non-segregated
some-
bathroom.
Anytime
Well, I didn't know it was
play,
non-segregated when I first went in there because nobody else was there.
But I really had to pee.
yeah,
But
I did.
no, Rhett just has a great story about that bathroom after.
It has to do with. Oh, anyway.
no, I was just like having like a post-drinking night, like morning tummy upset, like poops in that bathroom, and some woman in the stall next to me is like, "Are you okay in there? Like, do you need
Right.
And she's like, "Do you need
Rhett's
a cup
gripping
now?"
both sides.
And I was just like, it's one of those things where it's like you let like the air out of a balloon too fast. It's like, it was like that. And
So basically,
Are you
it's-
okay?
It's the hot brown rain.
I've got some Pepto.
if Rhett was at work, no one would have cared.
Chocolate rain.
I'm actually breathing when I turn my head.
Yeah, it was bad.
All right, John. Any
yeah.
favorite moments with
Let's
you?
hear it.
No.
We both took the two obvious ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, getting to travel.
I mean, I tried to jump in and say like, "Oh, I like that," and no.
Also, anytime I play The Witcher 3, I think about when me and Steve went down to that breakfast and had like free scrambled eggs, and like we were late though, so we missed all the talks. And
Oh,
we just
yeah.
like, anyway, you ready to go?
Yeah, we just got
got, like, a bag of
let's
free
get a bunch of
stuff.
stuff. We got a bunch of free stuff. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. CD Projekt Red. We got like some
Jeff's looking at my channel right now of the stuff that we did together,
That's right.
Yeah.
and those are actually really fun. We actually do have an episode.
Look how happy he is.
We were trying. We've
Jeff
been
hasn't
trying.
smiled like that. In
We've been
years.
trying to do a particular episode for
Yes.
a while.
Yeah.
We have all the equipment just never lined up. We've been trying to do a flip episode.
What? That's
Yes.
your logo?
Yeah.
That looks just like the Craft Computing logo, except with real beer.
Strange, isn't it?
Except there's a rabbit on this.
Except there's a rabbit holding a beer bottle.
Yeah.
But yes, we've been trying to do a flip video for a long time. We've actually been trying to do a couple of videos.
Dude.
Just never aligned for a long time. Man, look at the quality
How
change
did you
between
get
now
Chad
and
Kroger
then.
in this video?
Hold on.
How did you guys get the lead singer of Nickelback? Is that right? Chad Kroger?
Hold on. This is great.
Oh, the bloopers are some of the best.
What's up? What's up? Hey guys, welcome to Craft. Damn it!
That was actually real. That was 100% real.
Welcome to Craft Computing.
That was fake.
I'm John.
At least I post most of my bloopers.
That's right. I post a couple.
You post a
I
couple.
post a couple. That
No,
was a fun episode.
that-
We also did a Firestone Walker, which was well overaged.
Oh yeah, it was not good. Well, we picked that up.
It was
during-
molasses and
actually,
yeast.
well, it was actually not within the past year. I really enjoyed the beer fest, and I actually really enjoyed the bottle drive one
Yeah.
that we did. The where we went and
yeah, that was a good
drove to
beer
Corvallis.
vlog, yeah.
The beer vlog. That was a really fun one.
Didn't get that many views, unfortunately.
It doesn't matter. It got more views than the first episode of Talking Heads. But whatever, you know. Oh, Brett, were you on that one? That's right, you were.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who has the most views on Talking Heads?
By sheer luck of the news. Actually, I think it's still me. By pure draw. If we engulf all
And
the
you also have more episodes than me.
If we engulf all the numbers, I have more.
No.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Because you're on more.
He's on twice as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I,
Sorry.
I
And he's
still-
got some good episodes.
Yeah. So I still win.
Yep.
Individual
You've
episodes.
got my butthole.
Anyway, so John and I have done a couple of beer vlogs. We tried to do a third and
failed.
it failed
horribly. Actually, we've done 4 and only 2 have made it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
This looks like a really crusty punk band like tour video starting off, just like showing some field they're driving through,
Yeah.
eating their shitty tour van.
Those
food.
were fantastic.
Aren't those great?
Those were, and we got those fresh too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that like?
Those
Car-
were
Carl's
it was
Jr.
Carl's
sausage,
Jr.
egg, and cheese
sauce.
biscuits.
Oh, okay.
And
They make them fresh every morning.
Yeah,
They're,
yeah,
they're 2 for $4.
Yeah, we
And
got it
they're
at like
freaking
7 in
amazing.
the morning, and
Yeah.
so we got like the first batch.
Yeah. Yeah. So we hit a
spent a lot of money.
beer not a beer
was the
fest, but a
aged
bottle
beer.
sale.
Yeah, it was
Oh, yeah, the bottle sale.
A rare bottle sale.
Yeah,
We were there at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, the
we
cellar-
were done by 9.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so at 9 o'clock, I'm ready for a beer.
Yeah.
And so we actually went and found a bar that
was
was
Block
open.
15.
Block
15,
No,
yeah.
it wasn't.
No,
it was
it
around
was-
the corner.
That's Block 15. Oh no, yeah.
No, it was not Block 15 because Block 15 was closed for
I think Block
renovation.
15 doesn't open
No, yeah,
until
no,
11.
yeah, no, they were closed for so Block 15 was
Yeah.
closed for renovation. It's the bar that's attached to Block
Block
15.
15, okay.
Yeah.
So they were attached to them.
Bar 15.
Yes.
Yes.
Block 14.
Exactly.
For the sake of
Exactly.
argument, yes.
Well, it's where this is where I got the
The box of the old.
not the box, but the can that I had with Nate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
The one with Nate.
Is Craft Computing a more successful beer channel than Hops and Brews?
Oh, shut.
John, how many total views do you have?
14,000.
That's pretty good though.
This video has 8.
Yes, I know.
14,000 is
So,
pretty
yeah,
good.
that's not bad.
Or, yeah.
14,000 is better than like some of the podcasts I've done.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm like at 14.6.
Although I do have a podcast that has 10 episodes and has like almost 100,000.
Yeah, I
downloads.
know. No, I hate the there's a couple beer channels that like have 100 episodes and they have 10,000 or 100,000 views. I'm like,
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Screw
because
you guys.
they paid for views.
probably, but YouTube fixed that out road now.
Yep.
Oh, did they fix
They
that?
fixed it now. Yeah.
They just like block all views from China?
No, they'll let it go for 12 hours and then they take them away, and then they block your channel for so long.
Are you comparing?
I want to
Yes.
see if I have more views with John on my channel than John has on his channel. No, I do not.
What?
Oh, nice.
If you include Talking Heads, yes, I do. You're on my channel more than you're on your own.
Yeah.
Because Talking Heads, you get like
Oh,
2,000
yeah.
a hit.
Yeah.
A hit. So you've been on for 44 episodes, give or take.
Yeah.
You've got 88,000 views, give or take, on my channel. Plus the 8,000 for the beer vlog, plus the 547 for this video.
Plus whatever will reach.
Which, this is a great video.
This is one of the best videos.
This was episode 4 of Craft Computing, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No, this was actually really fun.
Of John and I getting hammered at Oregon Brewers Fest 2017.
Yeah.
Which is coming up, which I don't think you're going to be able to make.
I'm not going to be able to make this year.
I have already bought tickets for you, Jeff.
I know.
I have tickets too.
Rhett, looks like you're coming with me.
I gotta work that day.
So do I.
He's skipping work.
I'm still working.
You know what, John? I'll make it.
All right, I got.
Oh, what the hell? He just offered the tickets
I got
to
like
me.
70 tokens
Are you
free.
going on Wednesday? Or are you going? On
I don't know.
I'm going on Wednesday.
And of course, we're glitching out in the video.
Too bad.
Fast forward.
Well,
This laptop is wonderful, by the way.
So, but yeah, I think I got the 38 tokens plus I think I still have another
Yeah,
30
I
at
have
home.
a bunch of extra tokens too.
Yeah.
how about this? Been 2 years. We've had some amazing ups, some interesting downs.
What was
some-
it down?
The moment where
That's a very interesting. Yeah, that was a
And where the
horrible.
laptop's just glitching out.
he got
Teared
beer in the
up,
laptop,
actually.
and now the laptop's down.
And all the time the internet's crashed.
Yeah.
I think this is a great time to end.
9 out of 10 with you.
Yeah, that's true. I
Yeah.
think. Oh well, it's probably the super magnet I constantly carry in my pocket.
That's right.
You should stop doing that.
It
It's
really
like
helps
it's
with
like
my.
when we were
Well,
at
there was the one time
CES.
your internet was completely down. We had to go in my basement.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
It's like when we were
That
at
was okay.
CES and our room key kept malfunctioning, and the guy was like, "Unless you're rubbing it against a magnet, this shouldn't be happening." And Jeff
And I'm
was
like, there's no way that's possible.
And then we're leaving, and he goes, "Oh, I forgot there's a magnet on my phone."
So I have the Essential Phone 1. It's the PH1. And he goes, unless you're rubbing your key against a magnet, there's no way your key
it
is going to be
happened like
magnetized.
every day.
Every single day when we got back, we would try to get into our room and the
would
key
not
would
work.
not work.
Like
And
you
so we'd have to go
supposed to.
downstairs, get another key,
Yeah.
come back upstairs, and it would work for
Yeah.
like the night. And then by the morning, it was dead again. Well, the Essential Phone has these two little bars right here for accessories that you can plug into it.
Which are magnets.
And they're magnets. And of course, I was holding my phone in my pocket like this, and then I would slide the card right on top of it. And I'd pull the card up to use in
Yeah.
the thing.
So half of it was demagnetized.
Yeah.
So my phone was demagnetizing my room key every night of Vegas.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Hey, somebody said Rhett and John would be a hoot, and I don't know what they're talking about. but they're
Yeah.
not wrong.
Are you
They
talking
want you
like?
to be a couple.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna do a spin-off episode of Rhett and John live together in an apartment.
Da 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 da. They need wacky
It's gonna be
neighbor.
crazy neighbors.
Couple wild and crazy guys.
Oh no. Yeah, I had
There's
to
like
move out.
there's like 0.01% that get that reference.
I
out.
know. Oh God, did I really go Chevy Chase? Oh God.
That wasn't Chevy Chase.
That was Dan.
That was
Dan-
Dan
Dan Aykroyd and Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're too young for it.
I was like, what is
that
that?
was before.
I was like, is that a BoJack Horseman reference?
What's it called? Oh god, the Night at the Roxbury guys.
Oh yeah, way
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, way before
Well,
that.
but they did do.
They did a crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a crossover one.
Hey, I was trying to make a heartfelt thing. I said we got some amazing ups, some interesting downs.
Yeah,
Here's to
no.
another 2 years.
Another. You
All
said
up,
just
baby.
2
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Just 2 years.
Well,
It's a 4-season,
in 2 more years, I will make this same speech again.
and so you're gonna be like, oh, I want another 4 years.
In 4
and-
years, we'll be like
4
we remember-
more
Yeah.
years.
You're gonna be,
remember Red?
you're gonna be like, Red's gonna be like
That was a
this.
tragic
4 more
accident."
years.
No, I'll come
he
on.
fell down a toilet.
I've got an arm like sticking out of my face. I'm like, it's just toxic sludge, everybody. Ah.
In 4 years, Rhett will be like in like the Captain Pike. He's like got the little chair that goes up with the
Beep,
beep
beep,
beep 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 beep.
Controlling it with a straw.
Yeah.
I'll be the guest in the episode where they play poker, like Stephen Hawking. I'll play myself. I'll be like, Jacques Hughes, I have a royal flush.
Uh-huh.
No, that would be in my porno.
And that has been episode 88.
And this is my favorite episode.
Anyway, thank you all, 53 of you, for sticking with us. An hour and 38 minutes into
Yeah,
episode.
man. That last
88.
Hour and 38 minutes.
2 hours and
What?
38 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours and 38 minutes.
2 hours and 38 minutes into episode 88. I know it's been a long one. I know that we didn't get a lot to it. Oh, God. I know we did not get to a lot of tech news today, but it's kind of a big day for me.
That's because we were here to celebrate craft computing.
That's
right.
right.
We're here
Obviously.
to celebrate our highs, our lows.
Yeah.
We're gonna celebrate future footage of PAX.
There will be future footage of PAX.
Yeah.
So, and I believe Steve is going with me to CES this year.
That's right. I
That's
love
right.
If
So,
I could, I would.
that's right.
Oh,
So,
what's this? What's this? What's this?
it. What? No, you need help. Obviously, you need help.
We can talk about this up here.
Okay.
We can talk about this up here.
After party in the Discord. That's right. Join us
That's
by
right. Join the
join the
Discord.
link down in the Patreon.
Yeah.
Minimum $1 to join. It's literally open 24 hours. There's someone always on there. There is gaming
There is.
news, car news, meme wars, tech stuff,
More
music,
meme wars.
more meme wars, build stuff. Everything is there. If you like this channel and you like just even talking with other stuff, we probably have a channel. It might be a little Star Trek themed.
My favorite is the private.
There's a Hops and Brews.
There's a
erotic
Hops
fan
and Brew.
fiction.
My
It's
favorite channel
I
on the
might be the
Discord.
author.
My favorite channel on the Discord is the private one with just us four.
Oh,
my,
yeah.
my 3 best friends in the whole
Yeah.
world.
Oh,
And we just basically
Sit there and say, "Hey, who's
notes
on
are
next week?"
live.
I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on.
I can't make it this week. John, can you cover it? No, I can't. Shit.
That's most of what the channel that channel.
That's what it's become.
Yep. Anyway, thank
right.
you guys so much for joining. Special thank you to all 100,000 of you who have subscribed over the last 2 years. I cannot express my gratification in words, honestly. You guys are awesome. You guys are the reason I do this. That and the money.
And the beer that John brings.
And the beer that John brings.
Honestly,
That's
that's-
right.
Wait. I was gonna bring a pickle beer.
that would've been legit.
Because you're always complaining. Or I'm this close malt liquor for
John,
Steve.
next week, do it.
All right,
You're on next week.
All right.
malt liquor. And
You have an
pickle beer.
opportunity.
Look,
Malt
we got to
liquor.
close this out, or we're going to keep
That's right.
going in circles.
All right.
But
Let's
wait
go-
a minute.
let's go-
Where's
let's
the
go-
pickle beer?
But seriously, 100,000 in less than 2 years. I could not be more grateful. You have turned this in from a, like, I think some people might be interested in what I'm shooting to, hey, I want to put a little bit more money into this and develop this to, hey, a lot of you like what I'm doing to, hey,
I'm selling my house.
maybe there might be a future in this. I'm going to sell my house and devote to this. So honestly, selling my house was kind of step one to maybe being able to doing this full time eventually. I'm not reliant on making sure I need to pay my mortgage anymore. I want to reduce the amount of income I need so I can possibly do this full time. And this really is the first step. And it's because 100,000 of you thought this was worthy of subscribing to. So thank you guys so much. Honestly.
100,000.
And-
I think that's higher than CNN's viewership, isn't it?
Quite honestly, it might be.
I think it is.
Since 2016.
And seriously, a hearty thank you to you three as well. You guys have devoted all of your time for free. And in fact, you guys have paid to be on the show by bringing like $20 in beer every single week.
Not me. I don't do that.
Not Rhett, he brings Gilgamesh.
I
still get
have
it
never brought Gilgamesh to this
Nor
show.
will you ever. Let
Next
me make
week,
that clear.
John brings malt liquor, Gilgamesh, and pickle beer.
Yeah, Mamba.
Budweiser Copper Reserve.
Well, the original one was it?
The original one was actually
It wasn't
Hey,
until they
anyways,
added
Anyway.
hops to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys are amazing. You guys are also amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming along on the ride with me. This has been episode 88 of Talking Heads. I never thought we would make it this far, but thank you so much for making it a reality. Tune in every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time for the latest in beer and tech news. Subscribe to Craft Computing if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Twitter at Craft Computing. Follow John on Twitter at Hops and Brews. Follow Rhett on Twitter at
Rhett
Game
is
Dev's
awesome.
Quest
Oh, yeah.
or
And
Rhett is
try to
awesome.
find me.
And try to find
Dare
Steve. Because he is just not there. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the channel. This has been an amazing ride. Let's keep it going. Episode 88. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, we will see you next week.
Right.
Cheers, all.
We all do the owl salute. You know that?
Yeah.
The Binford salute.
Yeah.
I was going to
It's
do
all-
all
Craft
four
Computing.
fingers, and I saw
It's
Jeff
all-
had
it's
two,
all 2
and I
fingers.
saw you all had 2 at the corner of my eye, so
Every-
I was
it's-
going for
it's
the
all the
4.
Binford-
Better than doing the whole. You don't want to do that one.
Thank you guys for joining us on the Binford salute to craft beer. Anyway, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for 100,000. Let's make it to 200 in the next year. Honestly, let's frickin' do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bye.